Taylor Watch.
Welcome back to the final episode of Taylor Watch. Ave Maria. Like, legit tearing up a little bit about that.
Fuck.
Yes, the rumors, unfortunately, are true. Taylor Watch, from this point forward, will cease to exist in the way that it is. And that's just a nice way of saying that it's canceled.
Yeah.
There's a lot that went into this. We'll explain it all in full. We're sorry that we didn't have an episode for you guys on Tuesday as scheduled, but it has to do with everything we're about to say. Taylor Watch is canceled because at this point, having a music-related podcast or something that can toe the line with lawsuits in general where it comes to music rights, whatever, is just not feasible at Barstool Sports right now.
Yeah.
And it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
We're not really sure what the solution is. We are now the second podcast at Barstool Sports to get this kind of treatment.
Yeah.
We tried to see if we could fix it last week. I don't know if people were noticing we're no ads on the podcast last week.
No
I don't know if anybody
ads.
noticed. We were trying to make it work in a way that we could, and we just can't. And we got the ultimatum from Dave, which was either cancel the show or you're both fired. So, which is not great.
Yeah.
And we're trying to keep it lighthearted, try not to cry. Might cry a little bit. I think that the ultimate message is like, we don't want the show to be over. We don't at all. This is the last thing we wanted in a million years. But at this point, there's a lot behind the scenes at Barstool as a company that it's like a moving target for lawsuits. Like it doesn't matter what it is. And like you would think, then just don't post this. Just don't do that. It's lawsuits in ways you wouldn't think. Like,
So, for example, say I wanted to post a video that a fan took of Taylor and Travis like walking into a restaurant.
Yes.
Paparazzi companies can go back, buy the rights to that video even after I posted it, and then sue us for the usage, even if we
retroactively.
Didn't know. Yeah.
Which is like the biggest scam going.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they do the same thing with photos. They do the same thing really with anything. If they see a viral video or image, they'll reach out to that person, buy it from them for whatever, and then, they can retroactively sue all these people. And because Barstool is a big media company, this is happening a lot. It's it's happened to... Again, not just us. We are not the only podcast that has had issues with this or has had to be very careful in what we're posting. But as we are, we're covering Taylor Swift. We have to post pictures of her. We have to post videos of her in order to have our social accounts be okay or be active or successful. And we literally cannot do that anymore.
And I think one frustrating part about it was like, sorry if I start crying, but
oh, you're gonna make me start crying. But it's okay. This is it's a crying pod. We're allowed to cry.
Yeah. And like on the rundown, I felt like Dave Dave, the way he talked about it, it made it seem almost like it was we were going against his rules and posting anyway. But that wasn't really the case. Like we knew obviously we couldn't post stuff. And I would never intentionally like go against something Dave said. Yeah. It was all just like stupid mistakes on my part. Like after that bleepologist thing, like calling us ugly and fat, whatever. I wanted to just post a video of us like looking cute.
Like being sweet. Yeah.
I didn't even like put two and two together at the time that it was like a sped up version of a Taylor song, obviously.
Yeah, like you can't use even sounds on Instagram. Yeah, like you can't use sounds on
TikTok or anything.
TikTok, nothing for a business account. You can't do it.
It's like something like that, like gets flagged, and like obviously we take it down right away, but like it's still, even if we take it down, like it still has potential. So it just sucks. But I just want to reiterate that like I would never intentionally like go against like anything that people are telling me to do. It was all just like stupid fucking mistakes on. So
I think that I feel sad you're beating yourself up a little bit about it, because I think that one, for those who are Taylor Watch fans first and have been incorporated into Barstool because of the show, there's a show called The Rundown that Dave does periodically with a couple of the other content creators at the company, and he had mentioned for the first time, we've been dealing with this for a couple of weeks now. And so it's been really hard, like, honestly for us, like, I don't know how many, I'm only not fully sobbing right now is because I think I've cried.
I know.
I haven't stopped crying in 2 weeks.
Like, I'm crying about it. It's just
crazy. Like, it's whatever. But so he had mentioned on The Rundown that he was in a holy war with the Taylor Watch girls because we refuse to follow the rules and refuse to stop posting illegal content. And for those who like don't know Dave, I mean, I would like to think he's being a little tongue in cheek about that because no, obviously we're not intentionally doing this. I think that that it's possible that mistakes get made where it's just the two of us again, like we're the only two people. But even if like G is posting, I'm looking at it too, and we both need to have that mindset of like, we can't post this, or this isn't right, or this might be questionable, or whatever. And it's just, I think we both dropped the ball on the social media part of it.
Right.
Like the pod itself, again, which is why it's such a fucking shame that it has to cancel. The pod itself is fine. We don't have music on here. We don't fuck up on the podcast. It's more so the social accounts that they can really clip you for.
Yeah.
And it's just,
and that's another frustrating
it blows
thing.
Dick. Like nothing sucks worse than that. Like it is so shit. And I really don't feel like it's the right move. I understand why it needs to be done.
Yeah, I understand like the
I wish
precautions.
that we could have found something else out.
And
like
Dave is already dealing with a bunch of other shit, so like this getting swept into it like is really annoying for him. I understand that, and like I understand getting really mad because it's Dave at the end of the day who has to deal with these lawsuits. It's not us.
He owns the company, so it's out of his pocket.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing.
Exactly. So like, you know, they're not gonna, paparazzi companies aren't gonna come after a fan account posting a video. They're gonna come after Barstool because they know we have money, whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
So I do totally get like why Dave is so pissed.
For sure.
I guess I just feel like there could have been like, I don't know, a different way to like go about it.
100%. And I'll say, I mean, Gia, 100% I just don't. It's hard to talk about, honestly, because I'm so mad. I'm so angry. Like I have to be angry or I'm crying. Like it's one or the other, and I'll take the anger today because it's just I got an argument with Dave. I'm mad at Dave personally. I will say I'm very upset with Dave. He's very upset with me. He's very upset with us. Yeah. It's not a good time for any of our relationship with him. And I understand he's going through other things, and there are bigger like lawsuits at play, bigger issues at play that have nothing to do with us, that are certainly a strain on him. And he's talked about it openly on the Unnamed show, if you guys follow along with that, or even follow along with him at all. He talks about it a lot because it's a big part of his life right now. And I don't like that we are lumped in with some of the other stuff that's going on. I don't think that's fair, and I don't think I don't think that our infractions even come close to that, which is really, I think, where my anger and upset stems from. And, you know, on top of that, it's just like, how many fucking shows to add to the graveyard? You know what I mean? Like, I really feel that. I get it's that. Like how the second things start really looking up. And like, again, there's other stuff behind the scenes we can't talk about. Things were really, you guys would die if you knew, like, some of the stuff that was like about to ramp up, like you would die. And now it's like, forget it, you know? It feels so fucking stupid, and I hate it. And this whole lawsuit thing is just more important than anything else. And I get that, but that doesn't mean that I have to like it. And I think that I can stand, I think that is something that can be understood, that like, this fucking blows. Yeah. And it's just,
we were at like such a good place, I felt like.
Yeah. It just was really shitty. And also too, like, all this happening, and then of course we're gonna get into the real episode where we talk about Taylor getting her music back and whatever. But it just felt like,
I know the timing of it all is terrible.
The biggest celebration we could ever have. And
Bleepologist is gonna think like this is karma. Like,
oh yeah, everyone's gonna
be dancing on our grave.
The people. That's gonna suck so bad. G. It's like not only are the Swiftie haters, like not the haters who are Swifties who hate us.
Yeah.
Not only are they gonna be like insufferable, but so are like the Barstool fans. Barstool fans are gonna be like, wow, we can't wait. Thank God that because they hate me more than they hate you. But it's like,
I don't know about that.
I'm sick of girl. I don't know. It's again, there's too much time that I've been around for them to hate.
Right.
But it's like, those things really make you feel low, and they really make you feel like you know, like you did a bad job, like you just didn't you feel good in your job for a minute, and then when you no longer feel good about your job, it's like especially for I'll speak for myself. I think that you agree, but it's like so much of our life is this job.
Yeah.
And to work at Barstool means that you have to sacrifice a bit of your life for this
for
job.
Sure.
And the more you do that, the more ingrained you are in this, the better you are at your job at Barstool. That's just how it is. And earlier years that I worked here, it was my entire life. I had no friends outside of Barstool. Like all my friends were like, "Where the fuck have you been?"
For sure.
I was like, "Sorry, I'm working." And like it was like a running joke with my friends. And in the last couple of years, I've tried to create some sort of semblance of a social life outside of here, and I feel like it was finally starting to balance out. Where it's like, oh, I'm talking to my friends and I'm doing whatever, and I'm also doing well at work, and the show's doing great, and it was our main focus and our main thing, and everyone, all the Taylor Watch listeners are so kind, and we've said it a million times, like this is what made it worth coming to work, and it really sucks that this is happening. And it's like, in any other world, I wish that there could have been more conversations. I wish that things didn't happen so fast. I wish that any other solution but this.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's Dave's decision. And I get his frustration with us. I get his anger. I get he says his hands are tied. I get him feeling like that, but I think I'm still allowed to be mad at him, and I'm still allowed to be mad about the situation. And I'm allowed to be mad at all the fucking paparazzi people who have ruined our lives. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so...
Yeah. The whole thing is just so
it just
frustrating.
Fucking blows. It sucks so bad.
Yeah. Just because, like, I really just don't want to stop doing it. So it sucks. Like,
no, not at all. Not at all. And I wish there was a world where we could, but it's... And trust me, we've asked. Like,
we've asked.
The amount of people in these walls, in the Barstool walls, who have gotten insane phone calls from me in the past 2 weeks. Like, I'm talking to people who I've never even spoken to before, and I'm bitching them out. Like, I need this information. What the fuck is going on? Like, how come no one has ever mentioned it? Like there's stuff. There's just a lot that went into it, and it's boring, but. All the like legal Swifties out there, I think that you'll understand this better than anything. We honestly can't talk more about the details of it. Generally, I think that's just like
and like allowed. We don't really know.
And I don't want to get in trouble.
And like we don't really know how deep it goes. You know what I mean? Like we don't know how if like we've actually had like we don't know like how deep the problems go. If it was just a precautionary thing, or if we've actually had like a bunch of lawsuits or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So it's a tough situation all around, because like we've been trying to like talk to so many people, but I don't know. I feel like I honestly don't really know what I'm saying, to be honest. My brain is kind of broken. Yeah, the whole thing just sucks so hard, and like I don't know. I hate having to give this up, because I feel like it's just been so fun. Mm-hmm. And
it feels like a punishment. I'll say it. It feels like a punishment more than anything else. And I know that, like, it's because of the worry in the future, the retroactive whatever the fuck. Like it doesn't matter if we delete the entire account and start again. Like they could still find something from 2 years ago. Unfortunately, the pod's been going on for too long. It's just at this point before. This new gen of like using, AI to find stuff to do lawsuits on. Like these people are crazy.
Yeah, they like comb through.
And and it's nuts. And yes, I don't want this to come across as if we are not also taking blame for making mistakes.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, like. Nothing intentional. Like nothing has ever been done intentionally. Yeah. And so that's, I think, why it's
that was so like bad. My number one thing that I wanted to get across. Yeah. That like it was never intentional. Never. We would never think that we could just get away with something like that. We
or
were
even
above.
Jeopardize the company. We love working here. We love Barstool. Like this is not. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Like, the last thing that
Dave said, "My hands are tied. You're fired unless you cancel the show." I was like, "This is." What do you want? What am I supposed to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like I'm not going to give up my job with benefits. You know what I mean? It's like, are you fucking crazy? I've been fired before, and it blows dick. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a good place to be. And anybody who's been fired understands. Like, it's not an option.
Yeah.
The decision was made for us.
Yeah, and I love working here, so like I'm not gonna quit
course,
my job. And also, like, we've been getting so many nice messages from you guys being like, we'll support you, whatever. But, like, that's just not really how it can play out. And also, like, I don't want to leave Barstool. Like, I just don't.
No, neither did I.
Yeah.
Do I? I don't at all. It's just
it just sucks when, like, the one thing we had at Barstool is taken away.
And I feel like we both, like, we put our whole shit in this. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we care about.
This is our thing.
Like, this is our thing.
Yeah.
This is our thing, and it's become our thing, and it's just become such a light, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it really sucks all around. And again, I'm just so fucking pissed off. Like, I'm so mad about, like, I'm mad about so many different things. Like, it's just, but I think that when there was another podcast here, another music podcast called Barstool Backstage, which they are, they're generalized, like, they do all kinds of music, but only 2 Barstool employees are on that show, but it was like sort of adjacent to the network, whatever. They were the first ones who started getting wrapped up in this music stuff, because they would post clips of concerts or clips of whatever, similar to us. But theirs was so much worse because it was so many different artists at first. So that happened to them like a couple months ago, I think. And to be honest, I think when that happened, there should have been something in my mind that was like, ooh, you know what? This kind of feels like writing on the wall for music in general, because anybody, like, you'll notice in all the Barstool podcasts, like, there's no music anywhere. Like, you can't, music is just not, it's just a non-starter. You can't do it. Unless it's like, like
the royalty free. Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a thing called that you can,
if you change like your TikTok to a business account, like, it limits all of the music you can use. And it's literally just like piano for 5 minutes, you know what I mean? Like, it's all copyright free.
Yeah.
And then we have to use this website called like APM, which is all like copyright free music.
Right. So if you hear music elsewhere, it's that, you know, and like, and a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people have had to try to, you know, figure out how to navigate under this new, you know, regime, I guess, when it comes to copyright stuff.
Yeah.
And listen, we're just 2 girls trying to find a place in this world.
I know.
Gia, you're just a kid. You don't know the law.
Whoever commented that, I wanted to literally kiss you on the lips.
No, honestly,
Gia's just a kid. She doesn't know the law. Like, literally though. Like, I don't know the law.
And that's also too what I'm saying. Like, I feel, I know you're upset. We're equally upset about this, but because you run our social and like edit the show and you do all those things, I think that, like, you feel this burden. But at the same time, like, we're a team. I should have been looking just as much. And also, you know, I don't like to be like, I'm the adult in the room, but I am. Like, I've been 26 and this is like your first real job.
Yeah.
And like, I should have had your back more in those times. Like, I should have noticed if something was off. I should have noticed if, hey, maybe that's questionable, not even sure. Like, I should have been worrying about it more, and I just kind of let it fly in the wind. Like, that's not fair. So it's not fair for you to shoulder it alone. It's not fair
for either of us. It sucks. And, like, I also want to say sorry to you guys, because, like, I feel like,
of course, my God,
doing that, like, I just, like, feel like I let everybody down.
Yeah.
So it just sucks. And, like, I totally get what you're saying too.
Yeah,
like,
I feel it too.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Like, we both messed up in our own ways. Mm-hmm. And it just sucks because, like, the people that really pay the most, like, that get hit the most are the listeners. Yeah. Like, you know, like, it sucks. I feel like we've had such a fun, like, little community. Mm-hmm. So, like, to see all the comments, like, people being like, I'm going to crash out if this ends, whatever. Like, we're right there with you.
We're literally crashing out right now.
Yeah.
Like,
so
this is a crash out.
I just want to say sorry. Like, it sucks.
Yeah, I want to say it too. It's just, yeah. But what do you do? You know what I mean? Again, what do you do? I'm so mad at Dave. And I can't stop saying it. But he's so mad at us. Like, it's like I just wish that, like, more time could happen, more conversations could happen. Like, you know, I yelled at Dave on the phone. I never have done that before. Like, and it's like, I don't know where we stand. I haven't talked to him since I yelled at him on the phone, but he was yelling at me. It was just like one of those things. But it's like, you can't. That's your boss, and it's his, and like it's his wallet. You know exactly. What I mean? It's his wallet. It's his stuff. Yeah. Like, he has to. And again, he's reiterated a few times that he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to have to cancel the show. He likes, obviously, he likes Taylor Swift, and he lets us do the show in the first place. So it's, I get that, but still think I'm allowed to feel mad, and I keep saying that
sure.
because I'm trying to convince myself that I'm allowed to feel mad.
No, I think you're allowed to
just
feel
like coursing with anger. Like I can't believe, but I will say he gave us. I mean, I said that before. He gave us the option to like leave Barstool and take the show, and it's just not. I wish we could do that.
Yeah, I don't
for you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that we could somehow keep it going, and if that was the way, that was the way. But again, anybody who's been fired or let go or something knows that like you don't leave a full-time job with benefits unless Spotify calls you and says, "Here's $60 million."
Literally,
Alex Cooper. You know what I mean? Like that's not a real. It's not a reality.
Yeah, no, it's not. It just isn't. Especially like I got a daughter to feed.
You got a daughter to feed. I got taxes.
Yeah.
I got taxes I got to pay.
No, exactly.
I just started getting my money shit in order. Like, I can't be broke again, y'all.
Yeah,
I cannot
can't.
be broke again. Like, I've been there, and it sucks, and it's just, like, it's not an option. And, two, it's like, our friends are here. Our friends are here.
I love
it's a community
working
here. Yeah, there's
like,
nothing. It's not Barstool. It's it's these leeches online, and not even just online. These leeches in life who want to ruin the fun for everybody else.
Yeah.
And so now the fun is ruined for us. Now our parade has been rained on.
The story of us looks a lot like a tragedy now. The end.
I was posting. Well, obviously we are in the middle of Reputation era and debut era. This is why we can't have nice things. Could not fit more perfectly into our situation right now. Like it is so accurate.
Because you break them, I had to take them away.
Like this is why we, feeling so Gatsby that whole year, popping champagne. Like we were living La Vida Loca 2 weeks ago. Like I swear, I've never felt higher than I was 2 weeks ago. And then from then, my castle crumbled overnight. Like literally. It's shocking.
It was like
how
one
fast
thing
it
after
happened.
another, just like boom, 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 boom.
Shocking.
Explosion.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But so we're sorry. We're sorry that it's happening. We're sorry that it's over.
Yeah, very
we're
sorry.
Kind of, we're drowning on about it because we're just sad, and we hope you guys forgive us. And
yes, please.
And it's not like we're not Taylor fans still, so we're still gonna.
Right, we're still gonna post like on our.
We're allowed to post songs on our own.
On our own page.
So I'm gonna be singing
for sure. No, and I feel like when major stuff happens, like we'll still be posting about it together or whatever.
We're still friends.
Yeah, we still work together. Thank God.
We're still here.
But
nothing Taylor related can continue, I guess. And again, it's not like if I wanted to call Taylor up and say, "Hey, girl, is it okay if we talk about you / use pictures of you / use your music?" And she said, "Yeah, of course, love Taylor Watch," as she would.
Right.
That's not the issue.
That's not
Taylor
the issue. Yeah.
Swift herself could say, "These girls can use whatever they want of my music and my image, and people will still sue us."
For sure.
Know what I mean? Like it's not even that's not even it. It's just these fucking paparazzi people and the music labels.
The music labels, UMG.
Music labels.
Yeah.
And we should know. We should know because of what Taylor went through with music labels and how vile they are and how they're just willing to just suck every fucking penny out of everyone on earth because that's their only way of making money. You know what I mean? Like they just like suck these people dry.
Like we couldn't even repost like when we were going to the Eras tour in Miami, we couldn't even repost stories of other people posting using music.
Yes.
Like we couldn't repost a video of you guys at the concert. We couldn't repost a video of you guys doing a transition video, whatever.
Nothing.
Like
if we were at the Eras tour and I recorded a video of Taylor Swift singing on stage, that's illegal.
Yeah.
And put it on Taylor Watch, that's illegal. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's
crazy.
It's just vile. It makes no sense, and it just makes no sense. The whole music thing makes no fucking sense to me, and I have a feeling that at some point in the future, obviously not today or anytime soon, sometime in the future, there has to be some sort of regulation when it comes to like retroactively suing people for using music online. It's just not. And again, people don't do lawsuits for individuals. Like what are you gonna sue me for?
Yeah, I got nothing.
$20? Like,
literally.
The fuck? But when it's a business account that falls under a media company, that's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So blame the scammers and hopefully we can repair our relationship with Dave. I don't know.
Yeah, praying.
When that will be or how.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know how.
I feel like he hates me.
I said I'm laying low. I'm out of his. I don't want to be anywhere near him. I don't want to text him. I don't want to I hope that he forgets I exist until I see him next. Like that's
honestly, same.
Dead serious. Like that's how much I don't want to talk to him.
I feel like
and
he
I
just
think that he doesn't want
like,
to talk to me.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah, he just probably thinks I'm like legit brain dead, and I don't blame him.
But that's also what I hate though. It's like we're not brain dead. It's like, ugh, we're not stupid.
Yeah, I know.
But if you have to tell people you're not stupid, then maybe. Maybe
no,
we
literally.
are.
Honestly, that's such a good point.
Nightmare.
Like,
so,
I just have to laugh because if I don't laugh, I'm just gonna keep crying.
100%. Like 100%. I cried. Oh my god. Wait. Also, I have to admit that and we'll get into the real episode and Taylor and everything in a second. When I was reading Taylor's letter, I had already been like weepy because of this.
Right.
And so it really it was good timing to make a video crying about Taylor getting her music back, but I was already like ready to cry. Like all I needed was an excuse. Mm-hmm. And so luckily that excuse was given. And if we want to be poetic about it, I suppose you could say our watch has ended.
Right.
She got all of her stuff back and
there's no need to clown anymore. There's no need to speculate or Easter eggs, whatever it is. I guess there's still Easter eggs for like the 12th album, TS12.
Yeah, who knows
but
even.
Yeah, it is kind of, if the timing of it sucks, but yeah, at the same time, like with her getting her master's back, it does kind of make sense, I guess makes sense to end the show. I'm really just trying to justify.
I guess. Yeah.
I guess
end the
it
fucking
makes
show.
sense.
Who even cares anymore now, right? Am I right?
Yeah, like I never even gave a fuck anyways.
It's like, yeah, I'm sick of this. I'm done doing this anyway. God, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, I guess if you had to say it, if you had to like put it that way, then it does kind of make sense, but it's still fucking brutal, obviously. Yeah. But I mean, it is. It's hard because I'm so sad for us, but like so happy for her. You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah. So then how about this? How about we, Ave Maria, rest in peace, pour one out for Taylor Watch. Let's do one last full on everything that happened with Taylor.
Right.
Positivity. We'll keep the energy up because you guys deserve that at the very least.
Right. That's true.
So, but yes, to what you're saying, Friday, May 30th, 2025 will live in infamy.
Yes, Taylor Swift Independence Day.
It's the new Independence Day. Taylor Swift pulled off the deal of a century.
Literally.
I've never seen anything like this in my life. Holy fuck. Taylor Swift has all of her music back.
It's just crazy.
It's crazy.
And it's so funny how it literally happened, the day after we posted that episode, asking if she's ever going to do the re-records. It's like she almost answered us.
So people were like, one of my friends replied to my thing with that girl before the announcement.
Right.
Replying to that girl's voicemail, being like, is this girl stupid? Like, who thinks that? Like, obviously we're getting it, which was kind of the energy that I had in the moment. I was like being nice, but I also was like, I mean, are you crazy?
Right.
Of course these are coming out.
Right.
But then
I was kind of the same way.
Having had that conversation about Shamrock Capital, which we'll also get into, thinking that, or knowing at least that there were whispers of a potential that her music could go on sale.
Right.
It did open the door for what I thought, and what I was talking about in that clip that now we've posted where it looks like I called the whole thing. It kind of was like, all right, this door is open, so I do think eventually somewhere down the road this will happen. It could happen.
Yeah.
Like, not even this will. It's if Scooter Braun was involved, then it wasn't going to happen, and Taylor was very clear about that when she wrote her letter to Shamrock in 2020. So it was just kind of that conversation of yeah, sure, this could happen. Best case scenario.
Right.
And turns out it was literally best case scenario, and it was happening all along.
Right.
And one thing I want to say about, we talked at length about Shamrock Capital and saying how it was disrespectful, the money they were potentially asking, whatever. Turns out all those reports about the money they were asking, Scooter's involvement, blah, 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 all
not
categorically
true.
False.
Yeah.
Not true. Someone, I don't know who's planting stories like that, but the New York Post, yet again, cannot be trusted.
The New York Post sucks. They really suck.
Do not believe a single headline you see online from the
No,
New York
seriously,
Post. I
don't.
swear to God. Even if you look at these headlines and you think like, wow, that's crazy, and you click in and you read the article, you know that it's fake.
Right.
Like their entire life revolves around writing fake ass fucking headlines, and then hopefully people will jump in. But it's crazy to me that they're like allowed to get away with that, because we sure aren't.
Yeah. Right.
That's all I could say about that. But we're definitely not allowed to make half general / joke statements in a headline. I guess we definitely can't do that.
Like, can you just say whatever you want as long as you said an insider told you? Like, I just don't understand.
Exactly.
But yeah,
and who's the insider? There's fake ass. These are fake insiders.
What I would
shit.
have to assume is like maybe someone involved in the deal, whispered it to a friend, and it got skewed into this whole thing, like, snowballed into something else that the New York Post picked up. You know what I mean?
Who knows? Or they're just literally printing lies.
Or they're just pulling shit out of their ass.
It's crazy to see that, but we're really happy to hear that, in fact, that was not the case. So, all right, we're going to break down Taylor's letter. I think that's, or you had suggested, I think that's the best way we do that.
Yeah, agreed.
Want me to read it first?
Yeah.
And then we can just go through? Okay. It's long, and it's honestly so fucking hard
Maybe
to read.
we just go like paragraph by paragraph.
Yeah, bit by bit. Okay. I gotta literally put it landscape on my phone.
Yeah,
that's how fucking small
it's crazy.
All right, so I'll read the beginning, or I'll read through to this part. To
Perfect.
My work. Okay. She posted a 4-slide photo on her Instagram, and of her holding all of her old vinyls, like with the old album artwork, and says, "Hi. I'm trying to gather my thoughts into something coherent, but right now my mind is just a slideshow, a flashback sequence of all the times I daydreamed about, wished for, and pined away for a chance to get to tell you this news. At the time all the times I was this close, 12 eyes, by the way, 12 eyes in this.
Ooh.
All the times I was this close, reaching out for it, only for it to fall through. I almost stopped thinking it could ever happen, after 20 years of having the carrot dangled and then yanked away. But that's all in the past now. I've been bursting into tears of joy at random intervals ever since I found out that this was really happening. I really get to say these words. All of the music I've ever made now belongs to me. All my music videos, all the concert films, the album art and photography, the unreleased songs, the memories, the magic, the madness, every single era, my entire life's work." Chills.
I could literally start crying again.
I could cry right now.
Yeah.
Chills. Holy
so awesome.
shit. And when I tell you that there's nothing that I expected to see less than this. Like, I just
totally
completely
I was shocked.
Taken by surprise.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I
shocked.
never thought that there would be a world where they could figure something out, like, without Scooter and whatever. And to find out that it's been, like, going, like, this, like, potential has been going on for a while. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm so happy for her. Like, you can tell just, and all the unreleased songs, like all the
so let's break that down. Let's break that down. We've got all the music videos. Love it. Thank God I can watch Blank Space guilt-free.
Right.
All the concert films, which means that
Reputation.
One day, we've got 1989, I'm sure, has footage somewhere.
Yeah.
I've never seen that as like a concert film.
No.
But I'm sure that we see clips from 1989 all the time. It's got to exist.
Put the Reputation Stadium tour back on Disney Plus or Netflix or something.
Oh, I pray to God.
Yeah.
The Red Tour, I bet they could. I feel like somehow she's saying all the concert films. The only other concert film we know that at least I've seen that isn't
Eras.
Isn't Eras is Reputation tour. So that to me says that there's films for everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything's been recorded,
or at least recorded. Yeah.
For sure. So. We always see clips from 1989. We rarely see clips from the Red Tour, but I do think that, it would exist. So I have to imagine there are multiple concert films that could maybe one day see the light of day.
Right.
The album art and photography, that I think is exciting and important because obviously the main pictures.
Right.
But all the photos of she had so many pictures.
Photo shoots. Yeah.
Yeah. All that shit. And like the inside the album photos, like all that stuff is so great. Unreleased songs, obviously, memories, magic, madness, every single era, my entire life's work. I think it's just what a relief I would assume it would feel to write that.
Yeah, no.
Or to just even let yourself feel it. Like
totally.
It's almost as if she's put so much work into making it right for herself and making it right for people in the future that to have won, essentially. Like she won. Like
she
won
totally
this battle.
won.
Like, this battle about music and this battle about
they bought it for $200.
So
something.
So the rumors are, and none of these numbers are like.
Or no, I mean, like in the originally.
Yes. So are you talking about like when Scooter sold it to Shamrock?
Yeah.
Scooter sold it to Shamrock for around $300 million.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry. Scooter bought it for around $300 million. This is all, again, the numbers exactly. These are just what's reported over time. I'm not actually sure the exact amount. I'm just saying that so I don't get in fucking trouble. That's what he bought it for. He then sold it a year later to Shamrock Capital. The rumors then are like around $405 million. So he turned a little bit of a profit, which is annoying. But what people think, based on Taylor's letter to Shamrock, is that he probably still held some sort of equity in the songs. So it's like, all right, yes, I'll sell you it for this. I'll turn this profit. But then in perpetuity, I will still get a cut of whatever it is. That would, based on most business dealings, I would assume that's what it is. I don't actually know that for a fact, but I would assume, again, also based on Taylor's letter being like, I'd like to buy it from you, but not if Scooter's involved,
right.
you know? And that was in 2020. And so my thoughts, again, just thinking business, I don't know for a fact, is that it's now been 5 years. I would say if I'm a company like Shamrock Capital, 5 years is a long enough time to see
how it's
a return on investment, to see like, all right, is this worth it? Was this good, bad, whatever, at least to then bring it to the table for negotiations. And I'm not sure if that was a conversation at the time or whatever. Of course, in that time, Taylor has taken on this crusade of re-recording her albums. Thanks again to Kelly Clarkson for that suggestion.
Shout out.
People forget Kelly Clarkson's the one that suggested she do that. And in re-recording her albums, I'm sure we've mentioned this before on the pod, and I bet people can make this conclusion themselves. It devalued her original versions, and that was the intent. The intent was to devalue the original versions, so anybody that owned them would no longer feel it was worth owning them, especially for whatever price that was paid.
Right.
And I would say 5 years is a long enough time to guess or to gauge whether or not, okay, yeah, let's keep this because we're making enough money on it, or we're really not making any money on it, and in fact, we're eventually going to end up losing money on it. We might as well get out while we can.
Yeah.
And as we had said a couple weeks ago, Shamrock Capital, at least according to Google, is an entity of like the Roy E. Disney family, and I don't know, or that's what it says. It says it's a Roy E. Disney firm. So I don't know what exactly that means, but when I see Disney, I think Disney. You know?
For sure.
And so, it's like I feel like that's a right. So in my head, finally 5 years has gone by. Scooter's there's probably some sort of statute of limitations on his involvement. Hopefully that's done. Whatever, he's out of the equation. Then Shamrock comes to the table and is like, listen, your Taylor's versions are definitely devaluing the originals, and people are loyal to you, and we're certainly not making as much money as we thought we were going to on this, and we'd like to make a deal.
Yeah.
And here's all of your music back at a fair price. The rumors are $360 million. That's the rumors. Nobody knows for sure. And I would guess if it's a Disney thing, that maybe a little handshake, a little, all right, put all the Taylor stuff on Disney Plus. Let us be business partners as well.
Right.
And I think that would justify basically paying, like taking a bath on the music rights. Because normally because they did take a loss. Do that. They took a loss.
Yeah.
And normally business wise, who does that? You know what I mean? Like you don't do it. And we'll get into the next part of the letter. To them, it's a business deal, but it's encouraging and lovely, honestly, to see that these people were willing to do business in a fair way and recognize the worth goes past just owning these original versions.
I'm sure they knew they fucked up, and they were like, fuck.
Totally. I bet that they didn't even know what they were getting into.
No,
I bet
totally not.
That slimy creep came up to them and said, hey, I got some dollars and cents for you. And then they were like, okay. And then now
there's no way. I mean, how could they have guessed that she was going to re-record all of her fucking music?
Of course.
And also blow every record humanly possible with those re-records, you know?
That's what it is, Gia. I don't think... And I mean, people laughed at Taylor when she said she was going to do that. People laughed. They said, very funny, good try. And I bet they were all, puffing cigars and laughing about
honestly,
it. Look at this little girl. She's so dumb.
That Shamrock was probably nervous about like debut and rep coming out.
Absolutely.
Because like that probably would have devalued it 10 times more.
Absolutely. Well, once that happened, then like, the Infinity Stones are complete.
Yeah.
Like, why bother listening to the originals?
Yeah.
It's like, if you're in the camp of I'm listening to Taylor's versions because I'm respecting Taylor. I understand people have thoughts about how they sound, whatever. We're not getting into that, obviously. And now we never have to again. Thank God. If one thing comes out of this that's positive, well, I mean, a lot of positive things are coming out of it, but definitely added to the list is the discourse on
the re-records.
The re-records is over.
Thank God.
Thank God. It's like I can't anymore. All right, let's go on to the next section. To say this is my greatest dream come true is actually being pretty reserved about it. To my fans, you know how important this has been to me. So much so that I meticulously re-recorded and released 4 of my albums, calling them Taylor's version. The passionate support you showed these albums and the success story you turned the Eras Tour into is why I was able to buy back my music. I can't thank you enough for helping to reunite me with this art that I've dedicated my life to and have never owned until now. That is what made me cry, by the way. When I started like really crying reading this note, it was that line of, and I can cry right now, the Eras Tour, like we talk about the Eras Tour so much, like we did it, y'all. We helped. Yeah. We helped. Like, no, we showed up.
We basically
showed up.
Did like humanitarian work.
This
is
charity work. No, we went to a charity event.
We went to a charity event.
The Eras Tour is my favorite charity event.
Exactly. Like, I feel like every penny I spent on the Eras Tour was worth it.
Everything was worth it.
I mean, it was worth it, honestly, just in the...
It was already worth it.
Yeah. But like this, to know that the success of the Eras Tour is like one of the big reasons why she was able to buy it back. Like, I literally have chills. Like, it's just it's awesome because everyone's always saying like, oh, like you would spend that much money, blah blah blah. You would anything
You're
she drops,
fly
you
to
buy.
Another country for it.
It's like,
yeah.
Well, if I'm helping her in any way, shape, or form, I will do it. And like, to know that we did help her is awesome. Like, you can say it as a joke, but at the end of the day, like, all of the fans that paid money to go and see her is the reason why she can buy all of her music back, and that's a huge thing. It's
massive,
amazing achievement for the fans and
every
for her.
Every vinyl, every sweatshirt, every ornament, every whatever the fuck you bought from her store. If you went to the show, if you didn't go to the show, but you still supported her by listening to Taylor's versions, buying Taylor's, whatever it is, all of that contributed to her being able to do this for herself.
Yeah,
and it all has to do with her art. And I think that, like, I don't even want to get into the discourse online about how, oh, who cares? A billionaire made a business deal. Who gives a fuck? It's way more than that.
It's more than that.
More than that.
It's never been about the money.
It's never been about the money, and it still isn't about the money. Yeah. And it's just like, oh my god, what a fucking nightmare. So that pisses me off.
That's what annoys me too, when people are like, oh, like, you guys got by Taylor Swift. Like,
the scam angle. People are saying that the Taylor's versions were a scam. It's like, oh, you guys fell for it. Like, all she's doing is collecting all this money.
If Taylor Swift putting out new music is a scam, sure, then fucking scam me, because I love new music.
Scam me every day.
Literally, like, I don't know what. That's crazy to say that she had this huge thing happen to her. She never thought she would be able to have her masters, and then to say that actually was a ploy all along. That's what's so annoying, because at the end of the day, they're always going to think that she's calculated. Whatever, she makes moves, blah blah blah. That's just not the case in this. She had no idea.
What's her famous line? She said, when a man makes a move, it's strategic. When a woman makes a move, it's calculated. Hate it.
Exactly.
Hate that.
Like,
and here we are again. It's like,
I will never believe
the biggest business deal in music that's ever happened.
I'll never believe that she has been secretly plotting for it. And then what would be the point of buying it back? Like,
exactly.
that's just wasting all the money that you made from the tours and stuff.
Exactly.
So if it's a whole scam, the only person she's scamming is herself.
Completely. She's double dipping in the opposite way. Like, she's leaving money on the table and then paying more money just to eventually, and again, it really is all about owning the art, and I think that is a huge part of why I know you agree, why we respect her so much. Like, she is a true blue artist. Like, she's a billionaire. Yes, she's the most popular pop star in the world. Yes, she has a couple houses. Yes, whatever. Like, okay, wouldn't you if you made all this money? However, it's always been about storytelling. It's always been about the lyrics. It's always been about the art, and it's always been about using her life to help us get through ours.
And also, she's stimulating the economy in every single city that she goes to. And she's quietly donating massive amounts of money to, like, the food banks in every city she goes to. And she's paying her staff insanely well, plus insanely good bonuses.
Remember how everybody got like $100,000 last year?
Like, she's not, it's not this big fucking scam. Like, the fact that she could still do all of those things and still buy back her mask, like, it doesn't make any sense for it to be this whole big scam, because in that case, she's just losing a shitload of money.
And just even from a standpoint of, like, I need people. I know that I'm
morals person. She wouldn't do that.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I'm about to say. So,
she's not like I don't know her, but I know she's not like that.
100%. I was about to say, like, as someone who, and I know that you guys get on me with my conspiracies and whatever, and it's whatever, but, like, we need to be able to see some good in people. Like, I know I'm very negative, and I always talk about the bad people, and I'm worried about the world and how the internet affects, but it's like, this is also what I'm talking about. It's like, not everyone's a bad guy. Yeah. Not everyone is in it. Yeah. And not everyone is dripping with greed and just dying to fuck over everyone on earth and is like, oh, my fan doesn't care about their fans. Taylor Swift cares about her fans and cares about her art. And I'm sorry if you don't believe that.
Yeah.
Because it's true. And it's true because she says it, and I choose to believe that. And I don't see a world where there's any other scenario.
Yeah.
Like, she's a good person. Yeah. Why is that so hard to believe?
Yeah.
Like, all she does is good things.
I think people have a hard time believing that you can be a good person and still like have a lot of money.
Which isn't that sad?
Isn't
that sad that people just have no faith?
Yeah,
no faith in
not the
anyone.
case.
But wait, there was something else. It'll come back to me. But all right, let's go to the next part of this. Wait, no, it was Eras Tour related. That's okay. I'll remember it. Next part is, all I've ever wanted was the opportunity to work hard enough to be able to one day purchase my music outright with no strings attached, no partnership, with full autonomy. I will be forever grateful to everyone at Shamrock Capital for being the first people to ever offer this to me. The way they've handled every interaction we've had has been honest, fair, and respectful. Love that.
Love.
This was a business deal to them, but I really felt like they saw it for what it was to me. My memories and my sweat and my handwriting and my decades of dreams. I am endlessly thankful. My first tattoo might just be a huge shamrock in the middle of my forehead. Love that.
Funny little,
very funny little piece. But
I
that
feel
just
like
goes back to...
I feel like Shamrock, like what you said before, like they really probably just didn't know what they were getting into.
No way.
Saw a lot of money and said, sure. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like even with the letter that she sent in 2020 to Shamrock, like you can tell that even though she's so angry, she understands that, like, for them it's business.
For
but
sure.
She was like, I just can't work with you guys. I can't work with Scooter Braun. Like, I just refuse to. So I like to hear that they've kept that same energy, at least from what we think, of just being respectful and understanding that it's more than just business. It's more than just money for her. And yeah, I mean, I saw girls literally go get Shamrock tattoos.
Same.
Yeah.
And by the way, I have a Shamrock tattoo. Do you know that?
Really?
So I already have one. I'm already ahead of it.
Well, there you go.
It's on the top of my butt cheek.
Wait, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's pink though. It's like a pink
cute.
outline. Me and two of my friends got it in college.
I have a pink star on the back of my ear.
Oh, look at us, pink girls.
Pinky poo poo.
Pinky. We're pink ladies.
Yeah.
Grease. Anyway, so yeah, everybody go out, get Shamrock tattoos. We love it. But yes, right, like we were saying, it's nice to see that not only is Taylor a good person, obviously, but like
she didn't have to work with like shady businessmen.
Completely. Yeah. It seems to me like Shamrock Capital are good people. It seems like they understood the assignment. The
last person you want to be in bad blood with is Taylor. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and it's like they came into this world. They thought they're getting the music rights to the biggest pop star coming, and at the time when they bought it, she wasn't the big. I mean, she was a massive pop star.
Yeah.
But even her sending that letter, it was sent in October of 2020. Folklore had only come out like 2 months before that.
Right.
And I'm not saying that she wasn't famous before that. Obviously, she was. But I think that Folklore really opened up a door to a whole new side of the fandom.
New genre, a whole new side of her that we've never seen before.
For sure. So I don't think that they ever in a million years thought that what it is now is what it was going to be.
1,000%.
And again, I think that like the 5 years,
I don't think anyone could have.
Nobody could have.
Yeah.
And I think that 5 years, and then of course the success of the Eras Tour and all that shit, I think shows, okay, yes, it's time to reopen this deal.
Yeah.
No one knows exactly when it went down, how quickly, how long they were doing it, whatever. People are trying to speculate about the picture that Taylor posted. They're, reading the metadata.
Right.
I'll say this about metadata.
It's never accurate.
It's never accurate.
No.
It's never accurate. And if it is, like, okay, cool. But most time, like we have cameras recording us right now. Zero chance.
Yeah, like I'm sure that these cameras will log it as like August 3rd, 2019.
Yes, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like they don't really have the best.
Right. It's not trustworthy.
Right.
I mean, if you want to believe it, go ahead. But
yeah, I mean, I don't see a world. I mean, I can see a world where this happened a couple months ago because I mean, like, that New York Post article.
A couple months, yes.
Yes.
Some people are saying like years.
No,
it's been
I don't think so.
I'm willing to say like literally the past 2 months, maybe.
I would say maybe like at the start of this year.
Yeah, yeah.
While the Eras Tour was still like at its poppin'.
Totally. Like while it's right. At least the whispers of conversation.
Right.
Who knows?
Right.
We don't.
But yeah, I don't. I would have a hard time believing that it's been like years because I mean it's only been 5. You know, like exactly. It hasn't been, you know, all these years. It's only, it's been 5 years, a long time. It's not that long in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, no, the metadata, I would take that with a grain of salt because I just feel like that's not always 100% accurate. It does seem like she took those pictures more recently than not, I would think.
Absolutely.
I don't know why I'm running off of that, but just based off the vibes.
I said, I know I couldn't agree more. Yeah. I said that, so Taylor went to dinner. This news broke Friday at like 11 a.m. Right. When she posted all this stuff. Or like 11:20. I forgot. I don't know the exact time. Sorry to the Swifties who do know. I think it was like 11:28 or something crazy. If you knew the exact time, I'd be like, okay. You know who texted me and how I knew that it happened was Marina. Shout out to Marina.
Oh, shout out.
Who my other rep stan queen. She texted me. She goes, "Holy shit." And then she's like, "No rep, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, you're probably getting blown up." And I was like, not a single person. I was like, what's going on? She must have had like an alert notifications on Instagram. Yeah, for sure. And I did not. And
I should, honestly.
I should do, but I don't have any. The problem with that is then you have to turn notifications on for Instagram,
and I'm not doing that.
It's like too much, so I can't do that. Regardless, she broke the news to me. Thank you to Marina for that.
Shout out.
Yeah, I was like in the middle of something else and I happened to see it, and it was just I literally couldn't believe what I was reading. And on top of that, you know, there's conversations, of course, about like Miley's album came out and she's blocking her. First of all, save that heat from Morgan Wallen. Morgan Wallen's the one that blocked her.
Yeah.
But, and blocking is not real, by the way.
Blocking's not real.
Blocking's not real. Just not. But Taylor, she posted a couple of photos on her Instagram and then said like, "See my website for details." And like she basically whispered this information out there. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
she wrote in the smallest fucking font, literally, fucking humanly possible.
That was another thing. Like, I was like through tears. I was like trying to read.
Why? It's like I'm 26 years old. I should not need a magnifying glass to be able to read her freaking letter.
The way that I'm reading it on my phone right now is landscape, and I'm zoomed in. Look, like an old lady.
It's very hard to read.
It
but
like this.
I do like that she kept it for her website, you know, like
me too because I think again like this, the intent of this is to send a message to her fans. She's not sending this message to the world. She wants us to know what's going on, and that's why it was presented in the way that it is. But let's get into the next part because she talks more about that. But you know, major shouts to Shamrock Capital, our new BFFs. All right, now we get into the seriousness. Our potential heartbreak. I know. What about Rep TV? Full transparency, I haven't even re-recorded a quarter of it.
You were saying that she fully recorded it.
I was like, it's fully done. Yeah. Knowing Taylor, it's fully done. She does not slack off on anything.
No,
Turns out Taylor is just like us.
No, she hasn't even. What I would have assumed is that she did Delicate and Look What You Made Me Do.
She made me do. I think there's one more. Somebody said that there was this. No, it was fake. Never mind. God, I have gotten I thought there was a "Don't Blame Me" riff in like a something like a trailer for something, but then I think everybody underneath was calling it fake. Right now, Twitter's a war zone for fake information. Like,
keep your eyes peeled
for people liking posts. Like, obviously, a million of Taylor's friends like the post. All the usual suspects: Sabrina, Gracie, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Jack, of course, Travis, Lana, everybody. And you know, Kelly Teller posted, everybody's Phoebe Bridgers, whatever. But then there's like fake things going around on Twitter being like, Harry Styles liked, which I believed it.
I was like, oh!
Do you believe it? Yeah. And that's why
like war's over, yes!
I feel better when you get got too. Because I'm like, at least it's not just me. But like, it's just so, you have to like read the replies. Right. And people are like, I moved. And I'm like, I literally moved. But, so anyway, okay. So,
but yeah, not even a fourth.
She goes on to say, the Reputation album, and this is where I started like really tearing up a lot. The Reputation album was so specific to that time in my life, and I kept hitting a stopping point when I tried to remake it. All that defiance, that longing to be understood while feeling purposely misunderstood. That's like us with this podcast being canceled. Literally. That desperate hope, that shame-born snarl and mischief. To be perfectly honest, it's the one album in those first 6 that I thought couldn't be improved upon by redoing it. Not the music, the photos, or videos. So I kept putting it off. We've been there.
Right.
There will be a time, parentheses, if you're into the idea, girl, come on, for the unreleased ball tracks from that album to hatch. I've already completely re-recorded my entire debut album, and I really love how it sounds now. Those 2 albums can still have their moments to reemerge when the time is right, if that would be something you guys would be excited about.
Yes.
Girl, again. But if it happens, it won't be from a place of sadness and longing for what I wish I could have. It will just be a celebration now.
Yeah.
Which, okay, so lots to break down here.
Yeah.
One.
Sorry.
Oh, go.
No.
You start.
Her talking about rep and how hard it is to re-record it. I feel like that's something that we've touched upon, that you've brought up a million times, you know, just like the fact of not, and you know what's really been annoying about the whole thing is, you know, her talking about rep is that how now everyone's making about, you know, she couldn't record it because she was so sad about Joe. This is all has to do with Joe. Joe. Like blah, blah, she's so sad about Joe. She can't talk about it. I just really want to remind you guys that she's sang all of these songs on their tour.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she can sing these songs.
She's fine.
It's more than just her relationship. It was everything going on. You can't recreate the media backlash that she was getting. This, like, the specific sound that she used for the tone of her life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it wouldn't relay the same as a Taylor's version, and I kind of had that worry in the back of my mind. Like, some of these songs are pretty, I don't want to say niche,
they're so specific.
Yes, the sound is very specific. The lyrics are very specific.
Yes.
The time that it came out, everything matches that energy. So, like, to re-record, like, I don't know, Ready for It or This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things, I just feel like
This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things might be the hardest one to re-record.
It almost would come off as, like, kitschy. Does that make any sense? Like,
yes, it would sound performative and not as genuine as it did the first time. And I'm not saying that it would definitely sound that way. If I'm Taylor,
it's just hard
I would feel that way.
Right. It's hard to recreate.
I don't feel this. Like, I'm
anger.
Not, yes.
Yeah.
So
it's more than just, like, her relationship with Joe, I think,
100%.
which held her back from doing this. I think putting yourself in that place of, like, I have to relive all of this trauma that I have to go through and, like, be happy about it and like promote it. That's a really hard thing to do.
It's a really hard thing to do. So obviously, as, like, the motherfucking rep queen, like, I saw this. And for a second, I was like, oh, no. And then I was like, you know what? No.
We have reputation.
I was like, this is better because it's true. Everyone that would complain about certain things, and not even just complaints, like genuine thoughts about the albums that have been re-recorded, like the, you know, Shaky Breath and Last Kiss and those little things that people will nitpick in, you know, sometimes in a funny way, sometimes in an unnecessarily mean way. But with Reputation, now having listened to it, there's nothing, if my headphones are in my ears, Reputation's playing since
It's a
Friday.
perfect album. Like, it's really hard to recreate.
So that's why when I'm listening to it all weekend long, the more I listen to it, the more I realize there is no way it could be recreated the way that it was. There's so many. Every single song has bits like that. Has a kind of breath, a tone in which she's singing. Like the intricacies of the songs are just too complicated. But you're right that we have said many a time that it would be a difficult album to re-record emotionally.
Yeah.
And I think that some of it, yes, these songs are tied in with a handful of her past relationships.
For sure.
Not even just Joe.
No, like, I can't even imagine doing, like, New Year's Day.
Tom Hiddleston,
like,
Calvin Harris catches some strays on that album. Like, there's a lot of feelings, but I think if I'm Taylor again at this point in my life, I'm very sick of everybody tying songs to guys. She said so many times about how she will be inspired by moments or things or other people having moments
and,
or
like, she saw it firsthand when she did Red. She literally had to, like, to put a PSA to, like, leave John Mayer alone.
Completely.
Because, like, the Jake Gyllenhaal, because everyone was attacking Jake Gyllenhaal so hard when Red was coming out, that when she did, like, before she performed Dear John, she was like, guys, let's all just relax and remember that this is music.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So, like, I can't even imagine. I mean, it's already happening.
Yeah.
The fact that she even just briefly said that this was a hard time for me. Now my whole fucking For You page on TikTok is just, like, edits of Joe and Taylor.
It's crazy.
And it's, like, it's just sad and unnecessary.
It's
and
dumb.
Like,
it's dumb
and
as
I
fuck.
hate how we're taking this huge accomplishment for her and turning it into about Joe. Like,
it has nothing to do with him.
This narrative has nothing to do with him. Like, why are we talking about him?
Yeah. I know, right? Nothing
like,
to do with him.
It's like, we should be talking about Taylor.
Yes. And I think listening to Rep now, obviously, Reputation is here. Like, it's time. It's Rep summer. It's Debutation summer. Like, it really is. But I think that listening to Reputation now, especially if you didn't listen at all at the time, like if you're a newer Swiftie or you're not sure, you know, you were waiting until Rep dropped to appreciate Rep, like, you don't have to think about any one person when you listen to those songs. Like, I really have been going through them, and I'm like, nothing here except for like your buzz cut and my hair bleach is there. There's no, I don't know. It can apply anywhere and anything. Like, I think that there are, there are definitely moments that you think of and you reference and whatever. But because the album is so old, it's easy to reassign them. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, it's not you're not going to go in there being like, oh my God, this is all about Joe. This is all about whoever. But I think that ultimately, when we say it would be difficult to re-record emotionally, how she talks about the angst and the mischief and all that, like that, you feel that in Reputation.
1,000%.
And it's really hard to, it's really hard to do that again, especially when you're not going through that. Like, she's probably the happiest she's ever been in her entire life, and you're telling her to go record The World Moves On Another Day, Another Drama. Like, there's no way that she's going to be as mad singing that song.
And like you said before, just like, the nitpicking of the whole thing. And I feel like Reputation, and I mean, you got to remember, when Reputation came out, it was a fan cult classic. It was not well received.
People didn't.
People did not like Reputation when it came out. It was a fan album. Fans loved it. The public did not like it. So like, I feel like, you know, Rep TV, obviously we wanted it so bad, but it would have opened the door for a lot of unnecessary nitpicking. So it's good that we don't have to deal with that.
Yes. And I'm just
like, this is Rep Taylor's version.
It's Taylor's version. Like, here it is. It's Taylor's version. And I think don't even have to read between the lines. She says it specifically. There are vault tracks that will come out eventually. It'll be there will be a time for them to hatch.
Yeah, I wonder how that'll happen.
What that is.
And I wonder if we'll get debut then.
She says yes in that thing. She said both of them.
But she said, like, if you guys are excited.
But, like, please. Right. You know, it's like, I think
obviously we're excited.
I think that's her being like, one day I'll put all this shit out.
Right.
But can you please stop nitpicking my clothes and thinking that it's coming out tomorrow because I'm wearing a green top. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that is nice. Like,
I think it's more that.
That was funny when like she went out to dinner with Selena and everyone was like, we can finally, like, she's wearing black and we don't have to say it's a Rep Easter egg. Like, this is amazing. Yeah. But I think we definitely showed our excitement by putting Debut and Rep back on the top 10. I think Rep was number 1 and Debut was number 4 or something like that. I think
the top 5 songs, 4 of them were
5 albums.
And like the charts, it was like the top 5 songs. Yes, you're right. 5 albums, and the 2 of them were up there. But then when they were showing the songs, it was like top 5 songs. 4 of them were all Taylor songs, and 1 was like Morgan Wallen or something.
Yeah, it's like, crazy. I mean, like they're
everywhere. Like, people are really going
the records that she's been breaking are just so crazy with all this stuff coming out.
It's nuts. And because I'm a big Rep stan, obviously Rep is the one that we're all talking about, but very excited for Debutation Summer.
For sure.
Is an excellent album, and that's another album I was listening to a little bit over the week, or I should say last night, 2 nights ago, whenever we were dealing with all of our bullshit with the show, and I'm listening to like Picture to Burn and Should Have Said No, Place in This World, like all the just really getting in the feels and trying to like work through it. And I think that
I've been listening to it nonstop.
Yeah, so maybe it was perfect timing for both of us.
9.9 million streams in one day.
Holy shit!
That was Taylor Swift's Reputation had its biggest day ever.
Holy fuck!
On Spotify 2 days ago. Since its release 8 years ago, 9.9 million streams.
Wow.
Also, I sent this to you, but 1587 Prime is hiring. So if we actually do want to,
if Dave decides he's going to cut the cord, fully,
we're gonna be in the wait staff at 1587 Prime.
Right.
You'll be the hostess. I'll be the busboy.
Exactly. Come on down to Missouri. You think Kansas? You think they'll accept us back now? You think they'll feel bad? They hate us there, but they might.
Maybe if we like come with our heads
sympathy.
Hanging low.
If we say, please, we're sorry. We said your Twitter Swifties were crazy.
Sorry, we didn't understand 1587 and thought it was a random year.
Thought it was a random. They always do that. They always do that shit.
But yes, very, very exciting and very interesting to see how everything will play out with the vault tracks and fully debut, because I feel like, I don't know, it's just interesting to maybe fully put out debut and then not put out Reputation.
Well, I am under the impression from this letter that we are fully getting both, like that we're getting everything, like we're still getting everything. She says that. Yes, I do, because she literally says, those two albums can still have their moments to reemerge when the time is right, if that's something you're interested about. Of course.
Right. Interested. Okay.
And she said that she loves how debut sounds, so she's not just going to let that collect dust somewhere. We never hear it. I'm sure there's vault tracks. I'm sure she got people involved. You know, everybody's always hoping, the fingers crossed, Shania Twain's involved in there somehow. Or literally Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
And then she says the vault tracks for, let's see. There will be a time, if you're into the idea, for unreleased vault tracks from that album to hatch. So yeah, so like I think yes, eventually they will all come. I don't know when.
Yeah.
And I think that it's intentional that we don't know when.
Right.
Like I
for
think
sure.
that it's like we don't, but it's not a question of if, it's just when, in my mind. You know what I mean? From reading this. But what I want to say though about Rep, one last thing, because I could talk about Rep literally for days and hours and months, because it really is a perfect album. And if I hope that it's not going to get the same kind of love as like Speak Now in 1989 and Fearless did and Red when they all came out. But I hope that people really do take the time to listen to that album, because lyrically it's sublime, and it's a perfect album for like a fun, dancey, sexy summer.
For
like
sure.
It's just so good. Maybe get a little love interest, like just live your life. You know what I mean? Like it is so good, and I think that it's encouraging for people. Like I just think Rep has such good vibes, and it's not only the like snakes and the bad bitch and the fuck you and the don't blame me of it all. Like there's so much more to that album, and it's so good. But what I really want to say is, in this note, she says it's the one album out of the 6 that I felt like it couldn't be improved upon. Like the music, the song, anything about it, nothing could be improved. What a
huge
far
statement.
cry from when she got the call on Miss Americana, if you guys have seen. She got the call about the Grammys after she had released Rep and found out that she was not nominated for any Grammys. And into the phone, she just said, well, I'm just going to have to make a better album then. And that moment on Miss Americana is, of course, sad. It's very vulnerable, I think, of her.
Yeah.
It shows a side of her that is like, she feels less than.
Yeah.
She clearly,
it shows
the
like her
awards
competitive
were important.
side too.
Competitive side, and also just that feeling
how
of like
badly she wants it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So from her to go from that feeling about Rep to then now being like, it was perfect and I couldn't change it at all. I love that.
That's a huge,
because the Grammys meant nothing, and they fucking fumbled that year. They fumbled it.
Huge,
I don't care what people say.
Full circle moment for sure.
Huge.
Yeah.
So that alone,
and that means like
brings
she's
a tear
able to
my
look back on that time, you know, and have some positive emotions about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's hard, you know. In that album, the only songs that really kind of go along with like the drama of the time, it's like, this is why we can't have nice things, look what you made me do. And I really think that's it on that album, that are like so specifically about like
for sure.
the Kim Kanye drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the rest of them are all pretty much love songs.
Yeah.
Or like fun, like Endgame is fun, obviously a love song. Ready for It is also fun, like funky kind of song. But those two songs that I just said are very pointed. But I think like mostly it's just a great album.
Right.
Okay, so
I did something bad. Maybe you can throw in there.
Yes, I did something bad for sure. I never trust a narcissist, but they love me. That was maybe like a...
That was more just like
more
the
of a
media,
statement
like
about
people being
the
like,
media.
think I'm the villain, so I'm gonna do it.
100%. Okay, so then I'll just finish the letter out.
Okay.
I'm extremely heartened by the conversations this saga has reignited within my industry among artists and fans. Every time a new artist tells me they negotiated to own their own master recordings in their record contract because of this fight, I'm reminded of how important it was for all of this to happen. Thank you for being curious about something that used to be thought of as too industry-centric for broad discussion. You'll never know how much it means to me that you cared. Every single bit of it counted and ended us up here, which is, of course, a lyric that I butchered there. Sorry. Thanks to you and your goodwill, teamwork, and encouragement. The best things that have ever been mine finally actually are. Elated and amazed, Taylor.
Oh.
Sobbing. Like, just sob.
Yeah.
And it just feels good to see our girl win. You know what I mean? Like, that's ultimately...
Seriously. Yeah.
Great win, girl.
Good W
job.
for you,
Good
queen.
W. And a huge W to her entire team.
Yeah, for sure.
She shouts out her team. Oh, and then, wait, I wanted to pull up a quote. So I wrote a huge, if you guys are looking for like, you know, pictures of all these conversations and like a real, like, I wouldn't say the deepest breakdown you could ever find, but certainly enough where it's like pretty much of a deep dive. I wrote a blog about this whole thing, and I wanted to pull up the quote from her camp regarding this sale. They changed the app, and now it is hard to find myself. Okay. Articles. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry. It's a long, like I said, it's long as fuck.
It was really good. You guys should read it. It's on the Barstool website.
Thank you.
It's called Taylor Swift is the Man.
I thought that was clever.
No, totally.
Okay. This is all just like news from a source. This came from Variety, which is a trusted source.
Yeah.
We love. News of a possible sale by Shamrock to Swift was first reported by the New York Post, but a source close to the negotiations disavowed elements of that story, saying the price tag reporter was grossly inflated and there had been, oh my motherfucking God, this, Jesus. Sorry, it's the app. Look at this ad that just popped up. That's 25 miles long. Oh my God. Hold on. I'm starting over.
Okay.
I'm going through like a regular link instead of the app. Sorry to the app.
I find it your way. Also, throughout this whole thing, I've discovered that Tree's real name is Trina.
Oh yeah, how about that? I always thought it was like Teresa because of Teresa Giudice.
I literally always thought it was Tree. I just thought her parents were like hippies or something.
It's amazing.
Trina.
So it says, news of a possible sale by Shamrock to Swift was first reported by the New York Post, but a source close to the negotiations disavowed elements of that story, saying the price tag reporter was grossly inflated and there was no involvement of Scooter Braun. His Ithaca Holdings bought the catalog in 2019 before Shamrock acquired it from him a year later. He no longer participates in any profit from a sale, and Swift's camp is adamant he had no part in Shamrock's decision to sell, said the source close to the sale. Contrary to a previous false report, there was no outside party who encouraged this sale. All rightful credit for this opportunity should go to the partners at Shamrock Capital and Taylor's Nashville-based management team only. Taylor now owns all of her music, and this moment finally happened in spite of Scooter Braun, not because of him. The source added the rumored price range that was reported as highly inaccurate. So just, again, driving that point home. But in saying all of that, too, wait, fuck. I'm losing I am so all over the place all of a sudden.
Talk about her management.
Oh, I wanted to bring up. So I read it. I wrote that big blog. Please go read my big blog if you want. But also, I need to give a shout out because normally I talk shit about Rolling Stone. But Rolling Stone, someone, they have an article about Taylor Swift. I forget who wrote it. Go find it. It's like the only article they wrote about this. And it was very well done. Really in depth, very introspective from like a music standpoint. So, and they obviously, Rolling Stone has much more knowledge of music than I do, generally speaking. So it was just really well done. But they pointed out, and I think we knew this, but I've never thought to relate the two. But one, this whole like Masters situation happened to the Beatles, and they lost. Michael Jackson's estate bought all of the Beatles masters. So the Beatles have never owned their music.
What?
Paul McCartney, I think maybe now there have been I don't know where Paul McCartney stands now with the Beatles.
We gotta do the Beatles version.
Oh, wait, that's what I'm saying. So no, Paul and Ringo.
Paul and Ringo?
Paul and Ringo still popping. Regardless, though, so that happened to them. It also happened to Prince. And because of what happened to Prince, he was in a fight with his record label about rights and whatever. That's why Prince famously changed his name to a symbol. I don't know if you guys know that music history, but my parents have talked about this forever, and I just never really looked into it.
The artist formerly known as Prince.
Yes. So when he did that, it was because anytime they used his name in songs and music or whatever, it would kick back money to his record label, and it was still unfair to him. So he kind of sort of did Taylor's version, but it was with a symbol. It was not as smart. No offense to Prince. And he also didn't win that. He ultimately ended up not coming out on top of that situation. So this is the first time in music history that something like this has been attempted and
it's cool that it's with a woman too.
even cooler.
Yeah.
It makes it so much better.
That's actually crazy.
If
I had to assume, I would think that they probably had the same issues as Taylor, like signed these deals when they were young.
100%.
Didn't have anyone to back them up to read the fine print, whatever.
Yeah.
And now they just get taken advantage of, which I think is a crazy thing that goes on in the industry still to this day.
It consistently happens. And so the whole point of this, again, not about the money. It's about Taylor owning her art, and it's about helping others artists from making this mistake and making them stick up for themselves when negotiating their own contracts. And it happens all the time. Olivia Rodrigo has said, I've when negotiating my contracts, because of what Taylor is going through, has helped me negotiate mine. Like this entire thing is not for nothing.
Yeah. And so, I feel like a lot of other artists have like briefly just been like, oh, I've been thinking about re-recording my stuff. I've been thinking about doing this. Like Taylor has inspired me to maybe, think about getting the masters back for my music. So yeah, it's just she's a huge inspiration in the way that she fights for herself.
Completely.
Because it's really hard to fight for yourself. It's really hard to stand up for yourself.
Yep.
And to and to
stick
win. Up for yourself. Yeah, for sure.
And to win. Sometimes the force, again, we're talking about the podcast. It's like, we stuck up for ourselves. We tried really hard, but sometimes legally things just don't work. Yeah. And it's just how the way that it is. And I think this happens all the time. I mean, you see major artists. Katy Perry sold her whole catalog recently. Justin Bieber sold his whole catalog recently. Yeah. And it's like, artists don't want to do that necessarily, but if you need the money, or if you need to, maybe it's out of your hands.
Yeah.
Like it might not be.
Maybe you don't have control of who
sells
it.
I don't know if Justin Bieber was like, yeah, for sure, sell the music. That's cool. He might have just been like, do whatever and I get a kickback. Like who knows how people are operating. But yeah, you think about the biggest artists in the world are dealing with the same things that Taylor Swift dealt with. But luckily for us, and for Taylor, that she has a fan base that's willing to support her in this endeavor and recognizes the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And there was a girl, I wish I could remember who she was so I could shout her out, but she said that, it was a video of a girl on TikTok. She said that Taylor always shows up for us, and so this was our chance to show up for her, and we did.
Yeah.
And now it's, again, people want to call it parasocial. They want to call it
whatever.
Names, call us crazy, whatever the fuck, blah blah blah. But it's sorry.
Listen, like,
sorry, you don't get it.
I don't like the parasocial. Like, I don't care about. I love her so much that like I just don't care at this point. Like, if I can have a little bit of satisfaction that I contributed to Taylor getting her masters back, then I'm gonna take that for what it's worth, because it is true at the end of the day. Like, every single fan matters, because every single person that shows out is another person helping her get her masters back. So I think people have always judged the fans for their relationship with Taylor, but I think when things like this happen, it almost just not justifies the craziness of the fans' actions, but it justifies feeling this closeness to her.
Absolutely.
Because of our actions, she benefits, and because of her actions, we benefit.
Absolutely. I mean, she said it in her thing. It's like it's teamwork, Loki. Like we're all on the same page. We're all working towards the same goal, and that is because she gives us so much with her music. Like it's just and people will just never understand the depth in which Taylor Swift fans feel for her. You know what I mean? Like I personally, we've talked about this a million times, but like I feel like I relate to Taylor not as a mega famous celebrity, whatever, but just like the things that she writes about, the hardships she's been through, the feelings that she's had, I can relate.
Yeah.
And so that it's like, I know how it would feel to be going through something hard and nobody believes you and nobody trusts that you can buy your own music back and nobody thinks that you're capable of devaluing your originals because you don't have the fan base big enough. You know what I mean? Like, I know how it feels to be discounted as a person and then to be validated in your work. And I think that is what's happening here. And if you can't understand that feeling because you can't get that, well, she's a billionaire, who cares, out of your head, then I feel bad for you.
Yeah,
that's, I don't know what
lack
to say.
Empathy, I feel like.
Completely. It's like, you're allowed to, just because someone is a celebrity doesn't mean that you're not allowed to see them as a person.
Yeah.
And it also doesn't mean that I think I'm best friends with Taylor Swift. It's not like it's like, oh yeah, she's gonna call me up, I'm gonna go stalk her out of her fucking apartment or whatever. Like, that's not, there's a difference between stalkers and freaks and people who can appreciate someone who's been through a lot and came out on top and is the first person,
inspirational.
Not even the first woman, but the first person to do so. And the landscape of the music industry will change now. Like it already has been. And I think that's just, it's so impressive. I'm so proud of her. It's just wow. You know, it's all you can say is wow.
Super exciting. I mean, it's just really, really, really inspirational. And I'm so happy for her and happy for everyone involved in the whole deal. And I'm happy for Tree. I'm happy for Taylor. Like, I'm happy for Travis. I'm happy for everybody.
Happy for everyone. The whole Kelsey fam is out there supporting. Everybody's talking about it.
It's just such a crazy thing that it happened. And like, I think we would be more like, wow, if it was like, 2 days ago or whatever.
For sure.
But like it just to reiterate, like, it's just an incredible thing to happen. And we just couldn't be more happy for her. And it just feels like, kind of like, even though the show's ending, that it feels like all is right in the world in terms of Taylor's world.
It does, at least. And if the sacrifice of Taylor Watch needs to be made for Taylor Swift to be living that life with her music, then so be it, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, whatever.
If I get one more fucking fake, I get a fake, like, you're on the PR list for Ghani, like, every day.
Oh, no.
Like, partnership collab, like, PR list. And it's, like, always a fake Ghani like email every time. Yeah.
That's so annoying.
I know.
But in the vein of reacting and showing your emotions for Taylor, I, of course, made a video crying, blah, blah, blah. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't make a video to be crying on the video. I was reading Taylor's letter and wanted
reaction video.
I wanted an authentic reaction of what was going on, and I was tearing up and then talking about it, cried a little bit more. And now let's check in on that video, because if
last time I checked, it was at like 17 million views. Azalea Banks quote tweeted it.
Azalea Banks
and said, "This is so adorable," or something like that.
Azalea Banks thinks I'm adorable.
This is so sweet.
This is so sweet. Everyone in the fucking thing. Wait, hold on. Why can't I ever find anything on my own page? So yeah, 17 million views. 17 million
views is crazy.
And that's only on my page on Twitter. Don't worry, Barstool Sports made sure to rip it and post it on every single account. Haven't posted me in 6 months, but when I look ugly as fuck and I'm crying, let's post it. Because that is the
name of the game.
That's the name of the game. Not only the name of the game, but that is the formula. People think that, like, if I make a video like that where I'm passionate about something and I'm crying, doesn't even matter what it is, 20 million people will see it and everyone will shit on me for a week straight. Like, that's just how it goes. But I would also really like to, amidst all the hate, there was so many people reaching out being like, this is how we all feel today.
Yeah, for sure.
People will never understand, but this is it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So thank you for everybody that, like, also commented nice things, because I did feel a little crazy at first. I was like,
I saw so many videos of people crying, being like, this is so exciting. I mean, even I started tearing up.
In our orbit, like, nobody's,
for sure.
You know
I started tearing up for sure.
Like,
and then that same night I watched Miss Americana.
I did too.
The second it started, I started bawling my eyes out.
Oh yeah.
It's emotional.
It's emotional. But yeah, so I made the video. Obviously I'm getting ripped apart for it. But then the Azalea Banks retweet, shout out to her number one Tay warrior, Tay defender.
Seriously.
She's she's crazy, but you said people in the replies were like that we would get along.
Yeah, the first reply.
Do the Twitter Swifties think I'm like Azalea Banks?
No,
that's crazy.
It's actually this.
Let's not go that far.
This guy, I've seen him. He's like a Barstool reply guy.
Oh.
And he's like the first response. He said, "Oh, you two would get along famously. Trust me."
Oh, I probably haven't blocked. I didn't even see it.
Probably,
I went to go look, but regardless, but. No, I wouldn't get along.
You would not get along with Azalea Banks.
But we are kindred spirits when it comes to Taylor. So shout out, I guess, to her. Jack Antonoff posted a video of him and Taylor, selfie video. Oh wait, that reminds me to go all the way back to Taylor's outfits. I don't know why, I forget why we jumped off this. When she went to dinner the night before the release, or the letter came out. Yeah. She just had like her hair in a pony, like straight hair in a pony, cute dress, whatever. May or may not have been at dinner with Dakota Johnson and her brother.
Unconfirmed,
but Dakota was there. So it's kind of like, ooh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I didn't see her brother, so I
didn't see Austin either.
He's so slick, you know?
He's
never seen him.
He can avoid a camera like it's nobody's business. He's like Rob Kardashian. Like, they just avoid the camera so well. But I saw reports that Dakota was with her at dinner, but I didn't see any pictures or anything of them together. So
yeah, me neither.
Unconfirmed.
So who knows? But so when that's right, because you were saying how recently those photos were taken for the post or whatever. I had said, I was like, it looks to me as if they were taken that morning. She threw her hair in a pony and went out to dinner. Like, that's how recent to me those photos look.
I wonder, does she have the nails? Was her nails a different color?
No, her nails were the same.
Oh.
So, and that was another thing. But to be fair, the nails that she has on, they look kind of just like chromy.
Yeah.
Which they look kind of chromy, but they're obviously like
lavender, yeah.
So I couldn't really tell in the pictures / videos of her going in and out of dinner if they were chrome or if they were purple sparkly. Like,
right.
Couldn't really tell, but they look very similar.
Right.
That's one. 2, Jack Antonoff posted a video of him and Taylor, a selfie video, which in my head was like also later that night. Like, he's got a shaved head. Which just happened.
I know.
He just shaved his head.
I feel like that was either like the night before or the weekend before, something like that. But yeah,
recent. And so, but he posted it. It's them singing Getaway Car together,
he's like,
of course. Doing their little bit.
Rep listening, guilt-free. Yep. Meredith is in the video looking chubby as ever.
Meredith, lay off Meredith.
Meredith has been getting fat
shaming Meredith.
Stop fat shaming Meredith. Seriously.
This is why she never comes out, y'all. Everyone's like, where's Meredith? Where's Meredith? And then you see her and then you call her fat? How fucked up? How dare you?
New Heights tweeted, we've got literally our biggest guest ever on tomorrow's show. And somebody quote tweeted, don't do my girl like that, with a picture of Meredith.
Fucked up.
I mean, we love a chubby cat, okay?
We love a chubby cat. She's a fuzzy cat, okay? It could be, a lot of it could be hair.
She's not fat, she's fluffy.
She's fluffy. And she's a fucking diva. So she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
She's the original diva.
She's the OG.
She can do whatever she wants. We should just be happy that she graced us with her presence.
Seriously.
So get correct about that. Love Meredith.
Like, she got to listen to rep guilt-free before anyone else.
Exactly. So. And she stays being guilt-free.
Right.
But which we hate that. But regardless, the video is good. The video is funny.
Very
how excited.
Cute.
Yeah, it was like guilt-free rep listening forever or something.
Yeah.
And then we also had Taylor go out to dinner with BFF Selena Gomez.
Yes.
And,
looking good as ever.
Looking fabulous.
Selena snatched to
Holy
the gods.
Shit. Well, Selena is like, she right now she's in the prime of her life right now. I hope it lasts forever. Like, I hope she gets to stay in this moment for as long as possible because she looks amazing. She seems happy. She seems like she's busy in
successful.
A good way. She's just like, she's engaged.
Yeah.
She's just got that glow, and
for sure.
I'm proud of her, happy for her. Looks amazing. Out to dinner with Taylor. They went to Monkey Bar on the
so jealous.
I'm really jealous too. Crazy that they went. I've had the opportunity to go to Monkey Bar a bunch and I always am like, I'll get there eventually. And now I'm like, fuck.
I want to go so bad.
You couldn't.
Well, it's like under the same. It's owned by Hog Salt, so it's like the same as Fort Charles, and if you're familiar with the Chicago area, like Gilt's Bar and Armitage Ale House, they're all owned by Hog Salt, so they all have like very similar menus.
Yes.
But I've been dying to try Fort Charles and Monkey Bar. I want to try that.
Fort Charles is
that freaking French dip.
Spectacular.
So bad. I love French dip. I wonder if they got the French dip at Monkey Bar.
Probably.
But that's like what they're known for. They're known for like the French dip and the burger.
The burger at Fort Charles is what. That's my friend Andrea. I'm pretty sure that's her number one favorite burger is Fort Charles.
Is Fort Charles? Yeah. I've been dying to go there too.
It's fucking insane.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
my
delicious.
first move.
Yeah.
If I was Taylor Swift for a day, is to go to Fort Charles, go to Corner Store, and go to Monkey Bar.
Get those good reservations.
Be eating good for the whole 24 hours.
Completely.
But
so it sucks though that they went to. I mean, it's amazing they went out. Sucks it's Monkey Bar, and I'm mad at myself for not going before now because it's gonna be impossible now to get in there.
Right. That is the thing. Like those places are already so hard to get into, and then like once a celebrity goes, it's just game over.
Forget it. Like Via Carota doesn't take reservations, so you have to go But people will like stake out there, in hopes that Taylor Swift's gonna show up. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
It's like you can't even if you show up to Via
she
Carota,
loves
Via
Carota.
You can sit. She loves it there, right? But it's like if you show up, it's like okay, it could be an hour wait. You know what I mean? Like you just know.
No, people line up every day when like Fort Charles, Via Carota,
like when it opens,
Don Angie, they open up every day. I think they open at 4 or 5, whatever, and people line up to see if they can get a reservation. Like it's crazy.
Yep. So yeah, out and about, having a good time, hilarious. We only got one picture of them like at their table, but Taylor's jaw's on the floor, Selena's spilling some tea, and I wonder if people keep making montages of like
of
Selena's
all the
got the best tea.
Selena's always just dropping a bomb. But I wonder if they caught her at a bad time where it looks like she was shocked.
Yeah.
Or like
she could have been talking.
She was, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like sometimes you just talk and you when you get excited about things,
for sure,
you open your mouth wide. But yeah, it's funny. Like
either
the Golden
way, the visual
Globes
is hilarious.
Yeah. Like them at any award show together, the Golden Globes, and now this is just Selena. Listen, I'm sure she gets some good fucking tea from Martin Short and Steve and Meryl.
Not
the
even
whole
just that.
squad.
I bet I bet has like
Benny.
I bet Benny's got some of the best tea in the
For
fucking
sure.
business. That man is so connected. Like he knows everything about everything.
I wonder if they were talking about the Hailey Bieber buying Rhode.
How about that? So that happened minutes after we stopped recording last week. Reports dropped that Hailey Bieber sold Rhode, her cosmetics line, to Elf Beauty.
Yeah.
And for $1 billion.
Crazy.
Billion.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy. But if you read in the fine print, Hailey Bieber does not get $1 billion.
No. I think she gets like what?
She gets
200?
like 200 grand or something.
No,
200
million.
million. Sorry,
Yeah.
Did I say 200 grand? That's what's that? You know what I mean?
That would be crazy.
No, not.
No, it seems like she
gets like 200 million.
Yeah,
yes.
like Rhode, I think is going to Sephora now, so it makes sense to partner with Elf. Now she's just going to be like the creative director.
So they will take on that
Chief
product.
Creative officer or something.
And so they'll take on that project. I mean, Elf is a massive already
they can handle the
brand.
distribution
Totally.
and all that stuff.
So it's and Rhode is, I mean, I hate to compare the girlies because it happens to be Hailey and Selena, but Rhode's not rare. You know what I mean? So it's like rare beauty
in terms of success. Yeah, for sure.
But I think that Elf hopes they don't have,
Rhode has the potential to get there for sure.
100%.
I mean, it has a cult following. People really love it, and she doesn't have as many products as Rare Beauty.
She doesn't have as many products as Rare, but she does have a couple of like trend, like the lip gloss. Everybody loves that fucking lip gloss.
For sure.
Everyone loves like a couple of the things. Same with like her
the liners, and the phone case with that you
can put your
lip gloss in.
Yeah. Like there are certain things, pieces of it that are very creative and different and good. And I think that her partnering with an existing beauty brand that everyone loves, Elf, and especially now, Elf has, since COVID, I don't know if they've like hired new people or whoever's just like running their social on TikTok or whatever. Elf has become like the turnaround that they've done reputation wise is should be applauded.
Yeah,
like, it really, they've done
and they have great products.
And they have they've always had good products, but it's always been like drugstore. So it's like you think,
their
Elf.
rebrand has like made them more.
And bringing Rhode in elevates them for sure. And so whatever. But proud of Hailey, proud of everybody, proud of Selena. I do wonder, it makes us think about what's going on at home with Hailey, Justin, Scooter, all that drama. There's lots of drama there, a lot of money, rumors of money troubles and who knows and whatever. But I do bet Selena has all that gossip.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's the shit I'm trying to hear.
Right, for sure.
But yeah, so they're living their best life. They're going out, hanging out. Taylor wore a black outfit and
all Gucci.
All Gucci. She loves Gucci.
Yep.
And that's that. Something that so random. In the paparazzi photos of Taylor leaving the restaurant, I forget which night, Drew is there, obviously her bodyguard.
Yep.
And he's wearing a wedding ring.
Oh.
Which I guess no one has ever noticed that he has a wedding ring.
Oh.
Because people were like, wait, Drew is married?
I would have just assumed he's married.
And everyone was like, yeah, duh.
But like,
I wouldn't have.
That's true. Like, how would he have a social life?
24/7, 365 with Taylor. Like, where's his wife? I wonder if she comes along. I wonder if she's always like around.
I wonder how that works.
I want to know more about Drew. I'll say it.
But we can't.
We can't. Like, you're not supposed to know anything about him.
You're not supposed to know anything about security guard.
So true. But I am so curious about him and like his
Does he get like a social life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wouldn't recognize him.
He's a handsome guy.
Very handsome guy.
Yeah.
But people were freaking out, being like, Drew's married?
Wait,
what?
that's funny.
They're like losing their shit.
Well, I mean, like, if I was his wife, I'd be like, yeah, I'll come along for the ride. Sure. Yeah.
I bet he gets, obviously he gets paid enough to follow Taylor Swift around. I bet he's
I'm sure he gets paid
sitting
very
on
well.
a fortune, and then one day when he can retire, it'll be, you know what I mean?
Right.
I hope that for him. I hope
sure.
it's like however many years he works with Taylor as her bodyguard, as like this person who has to be around her 24/7. He just banks all that money, and then one day he can fly off into the sunset with his beautiful wife and live his beautiful life.
I hope for that as well.
Mm-hmm. Love him. in the realm of, let's see, I'm trying to think of anything else that, oh yeah, okay. In her letter, she talks about how she like owns everything outright. Anything Taylor Swift is now belongs to Taylor Swift, blah, 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 whatever. It opens up the question opens up the conversation for past items that she has sold or been a part of, and can those come back? And, and the main thing everybody's wondering about is if Wonderstruck, the perfume, can come back.
Yeah. I mean, I would be like literally lining up at Sephora.
I think they can definitely bring that back.
That'd
I would be
crazy.
Too. Kids would love it. I'm telling you, like Eras Tour has ushered in a whole new generation. Kids fucking love Taylor Swift. And as excited as young girls were to go run to the store and buy Wonderstruck, I think they'd be just as excited now.
Oh, totally. Especially really like a whole like re-release bottle. Like I don't know, just like it'd be so awesome. And I feel like just anything like people were making like mock-up like new vinyl pressings for like all the albums. Like that would be so cool.
So amazing.
Yeah, like she could make back that money in a
day.
Span of a day.
Literally
if she just
from me alone.
Literally. If she
also $300 million on Taylor Swift merch. I don't know.
Decided to like just drop like, and like even like if she wanted to do like a vintage line of like OG concert tees, you know what I mean? Like those would go so hard. Like
especially for those of us who were never able to go to those concerts. Like I hate. That was another thing that what's his face Bleep Biologist was going on about. Now we've talked about it more than we ever have.
I know.
Mentioned like we're not even fans, and people in the comments were like they weren't there for any of the tours. Oh, that was another. People were saying when one of the videos that went up that we shouldn't have posted was us at the concert hugging at the intro of Miss Americana. Right. That's like one of my favorite videos of all time of us. Yeah. Just like really having like my friend recorded us. Yeah. Like it was so
cute moment.
It was a really cute moment. But in that video, people were commenting like, oh wow, you hugged during Miss Americana. Like, do you want a medal? Like, oh, they weren't even at like the Red Tour. Like, oh, they weren't even at whatever tours. It's like, sorry, but those tickets were fucking expensive, and my parents were not paying for those tickets. Yeah. Like, I was a child, I didn't have money, so I couldn't afford to go to the other tours. I'm sorry. This is the first one I was able to afford to go to.
Music the way that I was when I was a kid, like the way that I am now.
I've been to very few concerts until my adult life.
No, I think literally it was I went to that one concert. I was like 10 or 9 for Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
And I don't think I went to another concert after that until I was like, I don't know, 16?
Yeah.
15?
I think my first concert was Hilary Duff, and it was like it might have been PNC Bank. Like it was not even like a real venue.
That doesn't count as like fake fandom. I think that's stupid.
No. And that was my first concert. And then the next concert I went to was not until I was like 16 years old. And I went to Spice Girls reunion tour. Yeah. And that was it. I didn't go to another concert again until college, and then Lil Wayne.
Yeah, whatever. People
regardless.
Yeah.
But it would be so cool and would honestly mean a lot to people like me or like you that weren't able to go to Red or Speak Now or 1989 tours or even the Rep Tour. The Rep Tour was the worst. Like that was the worst I ever felt at that time because I was going through a bad breakup. And I had lost my job literally like in the same week. And then the Rep Tour was announced and I couldn't afford tickets. And they like went immediately. And I was like, this motherfucker. Like it was the worst thing ever. So when it went on Netflix finally on that, like, remember it came out like New Year's Eve. And it went on Netflix for the first time. I remember I made no plans. I was so depressed this year. I made no plans. I sat alone in my apartment. I made myself a little charcuterie board. I drank an entire bottle of champagne and I watched the Rep Tour until I passed out before midnight. So that was that. You know
That'll do it.
Like, yeah. Wish I could have been there, but yes. Sorry for all that trauma dump right there. That was just like that came out of nowhere. But it would mean a lot to do a re-release of all of the old T-shirts, all of the old stuff like that. Just
be fun.
Just be so cool. Yeah. So fun, so cool, and it would mean a lot. Especially for those of us who are kind of low-key collectors at this point. I think I have enough Taylor Swift stuff that I can be like, yeah, I collect Taylor Swift stuff.
That's what I was, that's the one
I don't actively do it, but I have enough where people would assume it.
Right.
You know?
That's the one thing where I was like, fuck. Because I started collecting those cardigans, and now I'm like, will I never get a Rep
Probably
TV
not.
and a debut TV cardigan?
Maybe.
Which, like, okay, fine. Like, if that's the bullet I have to take,
about
sure.
that.
But I was for a second. I was like, damn, I'm never gonna complete my collection.
I literally didn't even think about that. Oh, she's gotta. Come on.
I wonder. Maybe for like an anniversary, something like she did with Fearless. But
totally. And again, that's her team. We can't blame Taylor for that.
That's the one thing where I was like, oh man, My collection will never be complete.
Yeah,
you never know. You really never know.
What about my cardigans?
Yeah. Oh, and I literally have like all the ugly ones too. Like I'm like dedicated into this.
You have every cardigan.
Yeah.
Like you committed
the one that
right
I
away.
don't have 1989. I don't have the red.
You can have
star
mine. You can
one.
have mine. You can have mine.
Okay.
I've got it, so that completes your collection. If ever you need a moment where you're like, I have them all,
okay,
you can
perfect.
borrow.
Okay,
you can
great.
Borrow/take mine. Which also it fell apart. Like one of the strings fell out in the back, and the whole arm basically fell off. So,
well, there you go.
The 1989 cardigan is not good quality. I think everybody knows.
I think it's like the most hated one.
Yeah.
By
It's
far.
just not. Unfortunately, because I love the light blue. I love the seagulls. I brought it to the beach. Like it was cute. Like wear it at the beach. My mom bought it for the both of us. My mom's still looks good and she still wears hers, but mine I can't because it's got a hole in the arm. But okay, so there's that. Let's see. Oh, one last thing. That's like Taylor only. Billboard. Billboard is just continuing. Let me bring up the.
I have the tweet.
Oh, you have it up. Okay,
yeah.
Will you read it?
Yes. So it's from Billboard, and the article the article headline is, Taylor Swift once vowed not to partner with Shamrock on her masters. What changed? ? And somebody tweeted and said, Billboard magazine continues their one-sided beef with Taylor Swift in a misleading headline, accusing Taylor of reversing an alleged vow never to purchase her masters back. And then there's also a like context thing that was added to the tweet.
Yeah.
It says, Taylor Swift specifically stated that no partnership was made with Shamrock Holdings when buying back her masters, which Billboard themselves reported. All I ever wanted was to one day purchase outright with no strings attached, no partnership, with full autonomy.
Yep.
So like they're just trying to.
What is their fucking problem, man? What is their problem? I'm sorry that she didn't like.
I think it's all connect the dots from the AMAs
I think so
to
too.
To
the charting,
Penske to Trump. Like I think they all work together to try to take her down. No joke.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm ready to jump on a conspiracy at any moment, but I am with you on that. And we didn't talk about this last. Now, again, it's our last episode. I don't care. We didn't talk about this last time because, you get into the politics of it all, but the Penske company, Penske family, whoever it is who owns Billboard, blah, 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 huge MAGA, big Trump supporters.
They put
donated
like $1
$1
million
to the campaign.
Trump to make America again.
All that shit. And I do think, I'm with you in that camp of thinking that had something to do with a lot of the celebrities not showing up to that event. And
for sure.
And it was obviously that discourse happened or whatever. I throughout the course of this podcast tried really hard to not get too deep into politics because again, it's a Taylor Swift podcast. Nobody wants to hear politics all the time. And obviously we both have such strong feelings about Trump and how much we fucking hate him. It's like, we're not trying to
push that
alienate people or even like if you want to break from that kind of shit, you don't want to turn on your fave Taylor Swift podcast and hear us arguing about you know what I mean. So it's been a thing, but that was a huge topic of conversation when that was happening, and I fully believe it. I'm 100% in that camp. I think that Billboard is a declining medium, and I hope that they get canceled one day. I don't care about saying that. Like I think fuck that. And the Hollywood Reporter.
Well, if they don't take their job
same...
seriously, then they should get canceled. Like it's like spewing all these falsities and then like trying to write one article about Taylor, portraying her in one light, and then have someone else write an opinion piece. Like, just like get your opinions straight. Like, you can't have all these opinion pieces coming out that you think Beyonce's this and Taylor Swift's that. Like, it's just you got pick a side.
Are you a reputable news source or are you the
Onion?
It's
just opinions.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Like it's one or the other.
Yeah.
You know
like,
what I mean?
are you guys making your articles based off what Billboard Top 100, Billboard Top 200 is reporting numbers-wise, or are these just your reporters' opinions? Because
you just want clicks.
You can't,
And that to me, this headline being purposefully misleading, and for I'm sure everyone listening can understand what we mean by that, but to break it down further, it's like that headline implies that Taylor Swift promised her fans something and went back on her word. Like that's what they want you to think. They want you to believe that, so then you can churn out hate, so then these conversations of we got scammed start, and this is what I'm talking about the the dangers of these like headlines and the media spewing the bullshit. It's so sick and it's so much deeper than anyone thinks. Like it's so easy to manipulate the media now. And these people just fucking love to do that. Especially someone like the Penske family or or not, I don't know, the family, whatever, the
Penske media,
Penske media, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. What a bunch of fucking assholes. And again, Hollywood Reporter is under that umbrella, and there's a couple others I forget, but they're irrelevant really. But Hollywood Reporter is an equally big offender. And fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck them for all
the responses
ever did.
Were Billboard is over party. Billboard is over party.
Garbage people. If I'm sorry if you work for Billboard and you're I don't have respect for you at this point. Like, sorry, I don't have respect for you. Unless you have nothing to do with all this, like, I don't have respect for you if you're the person that's cooking up headlines to get the Swifties to click and encourage them to think differently about Taylor Swift. It's just fucked up. So fuck them. But I think that's it. Taylor. Is it like Taylor stuff? Sabrina's got a new single coming out.
Very excited.
Another
Man-Child.
Man-Child. This one's about you.
Watch out, Barry Keoghan.
Pray for Barry.
Yeah, it's funny. She's coming out with like a vinyl for it, and the one side of the vinyl is the song, and then the other side of the vinyl is like thoughts in your head when a man is annoying you or something like that.
When you win an argument against a man or something like that. I forget exactly.
Very funny.
But which is hilarious. And I think I think that this is just another good sign. It's like pop music is still popping. Mm-hmm. Just because we didn't get a whole new refresh of rep or debut or whatever right in this moment. Obviously, these songs still exist.
Yeah,
we can listen to them with all of our hearts as many times as we want. Don't worry about it. The time is here. The pop girlies are here to put summer on their back. Yeah. We've got Sabrina's Sabrina's new single coming out. I'm sure eventually another album will come out of hers. We've got Lorde. We've got Miley. We've got, I don't know who else is coming out with stuff. Oh, did you see Phineas is starting a band with his girlfriend?
That's not his girlfriend, no.
Oh, it's not?
No,
okay, good. I'm glad I asked you, but Robbie Fox wasn't sure either.
No, her name's Ash. She does that song that's like, you never really know me. Gotta think about me. Isn't it? Oh, wait, fuck.
I don't know it.
Some mistakes get made, that's alright, that's okay. In the end, it's only for me. That's the moral of the story. Some mistakes get made. I think
maybe.
Does that ring a bell?
Is it like a TikTok sound?
No.
I don't know. It might ring a bell if I were to hear it.
Maybe. She's a really good singer.
I have a hard time with like placing songs because I might know the song, but I might know a different part than like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I can never place a song like that unless I hear the whole fucking thing. Right. So annoying. But so Phineas, congrats to him. He's coming out with a new, people are calling him Fleetwood Mac, even though I don't think, so I guess it's not his girlfriend. So why are people saying that about him? It's not. But
yeah, you guys should listen to, I know Miley's album kind of got like swept under the rug a little
lost
bit.
In the shuffle, yeah.
But you guys should really listen to it because it's really good.
Yes. I haven't listened at all yet.
Kelly,
I've been so wrapped up in rap.
It's really good.
I will, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I've just been so wrapped up in rap.
For sure.
I only have eyes for rap right now. But speaking of Miley, we had boots on the ground. Miley did a very intimate event at
the Carlisle.
At the Carlisle Bemelman's Bar, my favorite martini in New York City. Bemelman's Bar. Best gorgeous place. Bemelman, what's his name? I can't think of his first name. It's like Ludwig Bemelman or something. He's the guy who did all the illustrations for Madeline and other, other illustrations. He's a very famous illustrator, but all of the walls inside Bemelman's Bar are Bemelman illustrations.
Very
so
cool.
It's just really cool, like incredible venue. It's a normally like a jazz bar, like you have to dress nice. Like they have a dress code, they'll kick you out or they won't let you in, whatever. Like it's a really, really nice place. So when our boots on the ground, Rhea and Fran said that they were able to go, I was absolutely lime green with jealousy, not only because of the Miley of it all, but because of Bemelman's, and she sounded incredible. They were feet away from her, 1 foot. Like Miley's probably spitting on them while singing. You know what I mean? Like that's how close they were.
They like talked to her for a split second. Yep. And like they said that Rhea danced to her song, and she was like, "Oh, that's so great," whatever. Mm-hmm. And I could literally hear Francesca laughing when I was watching the live. I was like, "Oh my god, they must be right there," because I can hear her like chuckling a little.
They were right next to the girl.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I saw a bunch of people there. A bunch of Amanda, Not Skinny But Not Fat, was there. Also, shout out my old social. An old coworker of mine who did social for V Magazine was also there, which I was not shocked because Smiley does stuff with V, but it was just funny seeing that. This is like a different life. Yeah, feels
very
like,
cool.
Forgot about that life, but yeah, a lot of.
I was jealous.
A lot of big. Yeah, I was so jealous. A lot of big fans were there, good influencers, and she sang a few of her songs. Great job. So yes, everybody definitely give her some love as well. She deserves it. Although. So she's promoting this album, but I feel like she also keeps talking about how she's excited for the next album. Like which makes me think like maybe she's just like over this one already.
I don't know.
I'm not over it, but I wonder why.
The rollout for this album has been very interesting. Like the whole PR rollout.
It's just been so long that I thought it was going to be like this big thing, but she seems to be like on to the next.
Yeah.
But I think generally she hasn't put out really hasn't put out music in a while, right? Like, when's our last album?
Flowers,
I guess.
No. Yeah, Flowers.
Endless
But that was Endless Summer Vacation. I want to say that was 2023 or 2022, maybe.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, because
she won for Flowers last year, though, right?
Yeah, so maybe it was 2023 is when that came out.
Grammys 2024. Which are like February 2024 is when she won for Flowers.
Yes, because Flowers is on that album.
Yes. So right. So it's been a couple years since she's put out music, and I'm sure she was just excited to get it out.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really good. So you guys should listen to it because there's some songs on there that will have you strutting down the street, feeling confident and feeling good about yourself. So
I'm ready for it.
Yep.
Are you ready for it?
Wow!
Oh my God, rap baby, let the games begin.
This sucks. This sucks.
Hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you.
Hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you.
Hold on to the memories,
they will hold on to you. And I will hold on to you.
Please
don't ever become a stranger whose laughs I could recognize anywhere.
That's how you can think. I'm gonna cry now. That's how we're gonna think of Taylor Watch. This is it's like seems so silly, but
yeah, it just sucks. Like I hate.
We worked really hard on this, and it just sucks so bad.
Yeah,
that was I thought we just did a great episode. We're both in like a good mood. Relatively.
I know. Now, talking about this has put me back in a good mood. So it's like hard because now it feels like it's not canceled, but then like now that we're ending it, like it is canceled.
I'm trying to think of like everything I need to get out. You know what I mean? Oh wait, you'll laugh at this. Apologies to the Mormon community.
Oh my God!
Did you
we
see
offend
that?
them?
Did you see that comment?
No.
Someone commented. I don't even know when I saw it. Like before all this drama happened. I don't even know what episode it was on. But a girl commented on our YouTube and was like, "Hey, you guys talk a lot of shit about the Mormons. Can you not?" Essentially, it was honestly
right.
Oh, it was a very
was
nice.
it something about Benson Boone? Probably.
I
think I said like Benson Boone is Mormon.
But we've talked about the Mormons before. Like that's
for sure.
We definitely have. But I want to apologize for that. And you know why? Because I am addicted to the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I am. Have you watched that yet?
Yeah, I watched the first season. I didn't watch the second.
Second season is.
I don't think I can.
No,
do
Gia,
it.
you have to because it's better than the first season. It's better. It's unbelievable how much of their lives these women put out there.
Yeah,
and I'll be so real. Second season starts out right away and is like, yeah, we know, like they all are talking about, they're like, yeah, we know we're like putting a lot of our lives out there. Yeah, we know that like there are a lot of things about the Mormon church that are backwards and outdated or whatever. And that's why we're doing this. Like we want to expose all of the shit that's not right. Like all the abusive husbands.
Right.
She's like, we're ready to do this.
Still take part in it, you know?
I think though I think it's a slow burn for the Mormons. I think this is the beginning of their rebrand. They want people.
Well, now the Mormons want to be known as what I've been saying
like
is
Mormon?
They don't want to be called Mormon because it has like a negative connotation.
Which
they want to be known as like the Church of Latter-day Saints.
Then okay,
but like.
But you can't.
I don't really apologize for what I said about the Mormons because
we're talking old school Mormons.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't agree with Mormonism.
There's a lot about it, but that's what I'm saying. Like if you watch season 2 of this
they
show,
like hate gay people.
Yeah, but like these people don't. Like that's why they're saying it's almost like the Catholic Church. How the Catholic Church, yes, they hate gay people, yes, whatever. But like
I don't like the Catholic Church either.
Catholic.
You know?
I don't like the Catholic Church either. Yeah. But I also don't. You know what I mean? Like there are people that are in their faith, but they don't actually agree with the outdated feelings of their church. And I think that's what's happening here.
I'll take a gander.
Take a gander.
Yeah,
because I was surprised.
Right.
Because I went into it. I went to go watch season 2 for the mess alone because it was such a fucking mess. Season 1, I like have to see these messy people, but I am very surprised of the takeaway that I've had from it that they really are trying to change not only the perception of the church, but the church itself.
The shame that they cast upon everybody. Shame. Like
no,
if you do this, it's shameful. If you drink coffee, you're shameful. If you do this, you're shameful. You know what I mean? If you get a tattoo, you're shameful.
None of that.
Yeah.
None of that at
all.
No,
yeah. Well, the first season for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying season even more so.
Okay.
Like
I'll watch.
I would say every episode has some sort of like sex party that they all go to. Like it's crazy. Like it's a crazy thing, and then it all revolves around being in this group of mom talk, and it's all they talk about. It's very Real Housewives.
Will mom talk survive?
And at this point, at the end of season 2, I don't even know. Like
wow.
No one knows if it'll survive because people are in and out. We've got people leaving, mental health problems. We've got this unwanted pregnancies, but they're like. She's gonna have the baby even though it's a bad time. A very vulnerable moment for one of the girls. I won't spoil if you haven't seen. She finds out she's pregnant. She's going through a very bad time in her marriage, and she's very upset to be pregnant. And
I know.
I can't. She's like, I can't think of something worse right now. Like it's so real.
Damn.
That I'm like, okay, these girls are willing to put their lives on the line to change the perception of the modern Mormon church, and I commend them for that.
Okay.
Whether I agree or not with the current state of the church, I commend them for trying.
I will keep an open mind.
I will apologize to that listener who said she's Mormon and we talk shit, because it's true. It's not fair to label all in one way if they don't feel
because
the same way.
I feel like every religion has their issues.
Everyone's got shit. You know what I mean? Everyone's got skeletons. Everyone's got bad people, and there are good people.
So I am sorry if I felt like if you felt like you couldn't listen to the show, it doesn't matter now because it
doesn't matter now. It's canceled.
But if you felt like you couldn't listen prior because of our bashing of Mormonism, then I actually am sorry, because that's not fair to you. And,
for sure.
We should keep that
talk
same
shit as well.
energy.
I talk shit as well. It's like they're in, it's an easy group to make
easy
fun
group
of.
to yeah, exactly. So
but I can't believe that I'm saying this
now,
but I learned.
I read all the comments and I didn't even see that one.
It was like, I don't even know what episode it was. It was like, it popped up and I saw it, and it was literally it actually reminded me to go watch season 2. And then after watching it, I went, you know what? I'm going to apologize to that girl on the podcast.
Justice for that girl. Okay.
Justice for that
Sorry
girl.
Sorry to that
and
man.
watch the show. If anything, if all the messaging aside, the mess is spectacular.
Okay.
It's the best reality TV on TV right now. Damn.
I know, it's like,
I'm like, anything else?
How much more can we talk about so we don't have to end?
Trying to think of literally anything else going on in my life. Oh, I'm going on a wine trip this weekend.
Oh, I'm so jealous. TJ's coming this weekend to save me from committing suicide.
Literally, thank God. Good. So we're both well taken care of.
He literally was like, I have to come. I'm scared. And I was like,
that was why I had to leave Memorial Day weekend. Like there was a little bit of drama there too, which we actually can't talk about that drama. Yeah. But it was you just need to you can't be by yourself in these moments. Not that it's just so much that you can beat yourself up about that it's like not fair. And so I'm really
and then
glad
like
he's
the
coming.
Online beating, like it's one thing that we beat up ourselves about it, and then I'm sure we're gonna see millions of comments of you guys are fucking stupid, you did this to yourselves,
just fire him now. First step, contracts up, which that's another thing for me. It's like and it's fine. I know that it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. But like, I haven't renewed my contract yet this year. And so like this,
I think people would legitimately riot.
It would be like, I just feel I feel like I'm blowing in the wind, and it feels like,
that's the worst feeling.
It's just a bad feeling, and it'll all work out. It will all be fine. We will be fine. Hopefully we'll repair our relationship with Dave, and again, our working relationship is fine. I'm being dramatic about how mad I am at him, which I still am for sure. But that's what's different about him as your boss is like, you're allowed to be mad at Dave, and
for
he's allowed to be mad at you. You're allowed to argue with him. You're allowed to have these disagreements.
You're allowed to feel the emotions that you feel. It's like
it's more of like that barrier of like, you're my boss and whatever. It's there for sure, but he encourages you to speak your mind, and like he told us we were allowed to talk about this.
Right?
Today.
We asked him.
Yeah, and he said tell the truth. And we're like, all right, we will. And so it's just it sucks, but that will all be fine. Things will be repaired. Time heals all wounds.
Yeah.
But this
and
Taylor
who knows?
Watch
Maybe
wound is deep.
You're right. Maybe he'll see the online.
Yeah. Feel free to feel free.
Feel free to comment.
Comment.
Maybe send him a
maybe
DM.
nonstop. Maybe nonstop.
Maybe be like, hey, we love Taylor Watch. Like, please don't cancel it. Like, I don't know. Maybe
beg for us back.
Maybe beg for us, because we like I was like.
Anything.
At this point, we'll take anything. And we see all the comments in the DMs of you guys being like, we need this show, whatever. Like, where are you guys?
That was the worst part.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Like, oh my God, I was just like sitting at my phone staring, like being like, I wish I could.
I know.
We
also weren't sure if we were even allowed to post anything on the account or even about it. Like, there were so many things that we needed answers on that we didn't have until like the end of the day. Like, whenever we posted that it was coming today.
We didn't know until what? 8 o'clock yesterday.
Right.
So
what we could even do.
Yeah.
So that's why, and now, so obviously today is Wednesday. You'll get this episode on a Wednesday. And And yeah, it's just, oh God. But yeah, please feel free to send to
bombard, fight for us.
To bombard Dave.
Fight for us and
show that we, that you guys care.
Yeah.
And I mean, please don't feel obligated to do that. But it would be nice for him to at least see that
people care.
That people care. And that we're not useless. And but again, it's as much out of his hands as it is our hands, I think, ultimately. And it sucks to have to like swallow that because I just want to stay mad because it's easier to stay mad. But it's these scammers, y'all. These fucking scammers. All they want to do is bring us down and ruin our lives.
It sucks.
And they got us this time.
They got us.
We're taking a big L on this one.
We got big time.
We got, and that sucks. But we will come back. We will, like a phoenix, we will rise from the ashes.
Yes.
Just like Taylor always does.
Follow us on our individual accounts.
I got to think of the line right now. It's I raise up from the dead. I do it all the time.
Oh.
What's the? I rose up from the dead. I do it all the time. Wait, why am I missing it?
I got a list of names and yours isn't.
That's all I can think of in my head right now. I rose up from the dead. I do it all the time. That's it. We rise up from the dead. We do it all the time, and we will. There is no success without failure.
Yes, right.
Quotes.
When one door closes, another one opens.
What's another we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
New Year's Day. I'm
what other? Everything happens for a reason.
Forever and always. It rains in your bedroom. Everything is wrong.
It rains when you're here, and it rains when you're gone. The story of us looks a lot like a tragedy now.
Yes, it does.
Next chapter.
Dear John, I think you got it. Don't you think 19's too young to be played by your dark, twisted games?
Literally.
Scammers on the internet.
Don't you think 26 is too young to know the law?
No, but it's so true. But that's, again, like, we could talk about it in circles forever, but it's like, it's not, I know, we just have to rip the Band-Aid off. It is no one person's fault. This is a partnership. We both dropped the ball on the social stuff, and this is the result. So we're sorry.
Yep.
And
goodbye.
We were bigger than the whole sky.
We were more than just a short time.
At least it felt that way.
We weren't really though. Like we weren't more than just a short time. Like we've only been on for like a year and a half, like 2 years. Long.
We also in this process we were able to see like numbers and how we're doing or whatever. And major shouts to everybody listening in like podcast form. Like not just we see the YouTube numbers. They're anybody can see those. And after the Eras tour ended, it definitely took a little bit of the diehard fans stayed, and the people who were tuning in for Eras tour content fell off. But even still, people were listening, and we had a shit ton of people listening in and watching, and that's all we could ever ask for. It's so kind. It's so thoughtful that you guys cared enough to download our show every week and listen. Yeah.
Means the world.
Thank you. It really does. Hopefully you, please keep following us.
Yeah.
And again, we'll still both post Taylor content.
Yeah.
It just won't be in this form.
Yeah.
And we, like I said, we'll rise from the ashes. I'm trying to think of more Taylor song quotes. But I can't think of any. We were not masterminds.
No.
I'm going to California to live in that lavender haze for 3 days. Oh yeah, I might not come back. I might just drown myself in red wine and not come back. I'm seeing my college besties. So
right, I wouldn't blame you.
They know the shit.
Right. And maybe I'll just, I don't know, jump in the Hudson and get E. coli and be in the hospital.
Get a couple web
medically
toes.
Induced coma, maybe?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something to look forward to?
That would be kind of cool. And then wake me up when Taylor's new album is announced.
Perfect. Or wake me up when everybody convinces Dave to bring Taylor Watch back.
Yeah, that too.
Also that. Also we could do that.
Right.
But yeah, wait. Are you about to laugh what I'm about to say?
No, I just funny because like every time we're like, all right, let's end it. It's like, oh wait, actually one more thing.
Wait, but this one's important.
Oh.
I hope you guys are still listening. Unfortunately, the Pink Whitney party the Pink Whitney party is also canceled.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying.
Which I'm so sorry.
We still love Pink Whitney.
We tried. We still love Pink Whitney, and we love Pink Whitney forever. But it's a Barstool brand, Pink Whitney, and they're lumped in with the whole thing. And we tried to still do it and kind of rework it. We couldn't even say Taylor Swift dance party.
We couldn't even say like Era's dance party or like a Mastermind dance party or I wanted to call it All Too Lit.
Yeah.
And we couldn't do that.
With a great list of alternatives, and we couldn't.
It's
all too.
And they also told us like we couldn't post any videos if it happened. Like we couldn't post anything with the music, so we wouldn't have even been able to promo the party or post about the party because it would have all just been music.
Right, like if we were
so like pictures, I guess.
And I took like a video of everybody singing along to a Taylor song in the middle of the bar. We wouldn't be allowed to post that. Like,
and we wouldn't be allowed to repost any of your guys' stuff if you guys posted stuff too. So
exactly. So it's just really, what a nightmare. So I hope to God that nobody went through hoops to be able to come. I'm so sorry it's so last minute. We like the whole reason we didn't even say it until now is because we just really try to make it work. Like, it just
we tried all the loops.
There's even a graphic floating around out there that's like Kelly and Gia's dance party, and it's just like
we were so like bad. No one wants
cares.
to come to Kelly and Gia's dance party.
Nobody.
Like, who the fuck is Kelly and Gia? Like, literally, no one wants to come to a dance party with a bunch of fucking, like, literally, what the fuck?
Wait, I think we can. I'm definitely going to pull it up. I'm definitely pulling it up.
Gia and Kelly's dance party is
funny.
The craziest thing ever. Like, no, the incentive is that it's a Swiftie dance, like, it's a Taylor Swift dance party.
Right.
We're going to be listening to her music. We're like, there's no incentive here. Who the fuck gives a fuck?
This is Kelly, Keys, and Gia invite you to our Pink Whitney dance party. It's just like like with us.
Yeah, yippee-ki-yay. That would literally get two people to show up. One of my friends and one of your friends.
If you saw this, I'd be like, ew, what? And I keep scrolling. It's not even Era's colors.
No.
Like, it's not even.
No. There's no resemblance of a potential Swiftie activation or anything like that.
And also, where'd they find this pic of me serving face? Like,
you look amazing.
What is that? And you look so smiley. Oh no, yours I recognize.
Mine is from those like dozen pictures that we took.
Oh really? It looks so good. Then why did we always look so ugly in the dozen?
Because they fucking turn the turn that sharpness. The sharpness.
Right, the sharpness. I'm always pitching out Jeff D. Lowe for
I mean, who are
I do. I have it is dozen because I have my Harry Potter earrings on.
Oh yeah.
I wore those specifically for the dozen. Wow. Regardless.
So yeah, that's canceled as well.
It's canceled. We're so sorry. I hope nobody jumped through hoops to try to make it to the party. That's also the reason why, I don't know if you guys noticed, we haven't even posted or promoted it since we talked about it the first time on the podcast. Since it was one day after we announced the party is when this drama happened. If you guys are looking for a timeline, that's how long we've been like holding up like this.
Yeah.
But okay, I think that's finally it. There's nothing else we can drag this out about. The cameras are probably gonna die soon. I got a flight to catch eventually at some point.
I just think we're gonna take this weekend to decompress.
Yes.
Take some time for ourselves. We love you guys so much. Like, this is literally like, I'm gonna start crying again, but like,
I'm like,
this is really hard for us. It's like, to be quite honest, it's devastating. Like, it's devastating.
It's really, it's the hardest thing that's happened to me at Barstool for sure.
For sure. And you know, we learned our lesson for sure about copyright and everything. So I guess if there's one thing, you know, we definitely won't be making mistakes again like this. I guess. And
we won't have the opportunity at this point.
Yeah,
you know
right.
I mean? Hopefully we can earn trust back. I guess.
Yeah.
One of these days.
It just sucks, and we really, really appreciate you guys sticking through this whole thing throughout the air tour, and even after. Like, so many people were like, "You guys gonna keep doing this show?" And like, we did it twice a week, and that's a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
For something that people thought that we were only doing based off the hype of the Eras tour.
Right.
You know, to keep doing it was so fun, and to talk to you guys on Thursdays was so fun, and just to be able to talk about someone that we love so much is just the best. So it's really, really, really hard to say that this is the end, but yeah.
And you know who's going to be the most disappointed? Taylor Swift. This is her favorite podcast.
Like, I want to know how Taylor feels. You know, like,
call Dave up and say, I give them full permission. If the paparazzi, if they get sued, just send the check.
What
my way.
Taylor legitimately called Dave? That would be the ultimate, like, I would be untouchable.
That would be as good as Taylor getting her music back for us. Like, that's the
for
equivalent.
sure.
Like, this is the ultimate validation across
I know.
the board.
I was like, is there anyone that we could call? Like, is there anyone we could email?
By the way, I called everyone on earth. The amount of people, I think I said that earlier.
We even had like people in the Chicago, like we had so many people trying to help us.
I'm calling Big Cat.
Yeah,
we're
like, help us, Dan.
Everyone. Kevin Clancy, everyone that you could imagine that we could have talked to, we talked to. And everyone has this, you know, people feel bad for us, which is nice.
Yeah.
But so does Dave, I think. Through all that anger, I think he feels bad, but I think he is mostly mad.
Yeah. Definitely mad.
Damn it. So yeah, it's just I mean, we gotta end this. We gotta end the pod.
Yeah, we have to. We're dragging it out.
Really dragging it out. I'm so bad at this. I don't want to cry, so I'm just gonna not, I think. But what an amazing time, considering it started off really as like a joke video that we didn't think was even going to become a podcast. Like, I can't believe how much fun we've had with it, how much work has gone into it. You've put so much work into it, Gia. Again, we've said this a million times. Gia edits the entire podcast, all the clips, everything. It's an incredible amount of work that that goes into it, and just us, you know, stalking online all the Taylor Swift information, and just like really having the opportunity to have these conversations with like-minded people and create this community, and all the excitement that went around all of it. It's just, you know, I'll never forget it. It's the best thing I feel personally like I've done, and working with you on it is the best. And it feels, I know, Jean, no, stop. I can't look at you.
I know. That's also something we're going to miss so much. Is like working together.
I know.
We're
again. And we're emotional girls, and we're going to cry if we want to.
No, we're going to cry. Like, whatever. I'm a Pisces.
Of course we're going to cry. This means a lot. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm a Sagittarius. Taurus. I got this Aquarius in
Cancer
there too.
rising or Aquarius.
Yeah, Aquarius rising. Whatever. I think all those mean I'm emotional. That's all that matters, regardless. Whatever. But no, it just... Thank you guys so much for supporting us in every way that you could. And you did all you could, and we did all we could.
Yeah.
And now our watch has ended.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we'll see you guys. We'll see you on the internet.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Oh.
Damn it.